Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Red Bull Campus Clutch Canadian National Finals in the semi-final round here with, of course, your hosts, Laz and Cup of Frag. How you feeling, man? We took a little break and now we're here. We're almost near the end of this thing.
Well, I've had a little sip of my Red Bull. I've had some food as well, and that's what this time's for. You get any time at an online event, you got to get gassed up and ready to go. We're going to have a big game coming up. It's Big Bone Bandits taking on the Carlton Ravens. And doing my homework here, Carlton Ravens, they've definitely been around the block. They've been in First Strike. I'm also just seeing here they were in a collegiate tournament. They came second, so you had a prize pool there as well. So they aren't a stranger to high level competition. So I'm really excited to see what they've got up their sleeves. As for the Big Bone Bandits, not too much info on them. We do have obviously the seeding. We were just talking about that there, lies. The Carlton Ravens are seed number 2 out of the 12 teams in the Canadian National Finals, and the Big Bone Bandits, they are number 3. So this is the second seed taking on the third seed. Just like I had an earlier matchup, it's going to be an absolute backstreet brawl. I'm excited for this.
No, I am too. And I mean, even a little bit about these histories, like in this tournament so far here today. I mean, so for the Big Bone Bandits, I mean, they did have a bye the first round, and then they were able to take even the E-Toads down. So that was the number, I believe, number 11 seed from that. And now here we are, semifinals. And then when we switch things over to the Ravens, I mean, again, the same kind of storyline, bye. So they, get a little bit of a grace period. They can just watch some teams get some studying done. And then they took out F1 race. And I mean, we were able to cover that on the stream as well. And that was the number 10 seed. So again, both these teams were able to do pretty convincing fashion a lot of their wins. And now here we are, semifinals, best of 3. Doesn't get better than this. And it looks like we got the word. Bind is going to be the first one to start us off here today.
No bird is the word. Bind. It will be that classic Valorant map. And talking of what got these players to where they are today, 3 qualifiers. Okay, we're through to the grand finals of those qualifiers now. We've all gone towards to get through to the creme de la creme and be going face to face with teams from different countries. And at a collegiate level, to be offered that kind of platform to get things done here at the Red Bull Campus Clutch is crazy. 50 countries, 300 universities, and only 12 teams made it through until today. It's down to that final 4. We're getting through to the semi-finals here. The finals to come has obviously got Simo, you got Vancelli. It'll be casting that a little later on, so definitely worth sticking around for in that grand finale. But for the time being, though, the Big Bone Bandits taking the Carlton Ravens over on Bind. Oh, yeah, it's going to be an absolute battle royale, man. For Bind, we didn't get a chance to talk about it. Straight into the mix earlier on. Are you a favorite of a certain agent? Like we say, hey, if you do Bind, you must have X agent. What would that agent be for you if you had to choose one for Bind, lads?
I think it's a tough one. I think the beauty about Valorant is that there's just so many different options that you can pick. And I mean, we kind of see the typical setups and everything like that, but I do like when teams really try to mix things up and call it risky, call it a little bit curious on selections. But I mean, even now we're seeing Sky is becoming more of an obvious pick on this map. We're seeing Brimstone is somewhat still picked on this map as well. I would say Sova is pretty much an instant pick always. Rays definitely makes some good contributions, but I'm a little bit curious. I mean, we haven't been able to see a lot of these guys in so far in this tournament to see what kind of agents they're picking, but a map like Bind, I think it's a little bit more forgiving than other maps, that's for sure.
That's a very valid point, actually. You go to other maps and you're like, you need a blank agent. For example, on Haven, you've got to have a Sage. You're pretty crazy if you don't have a Sage. But you're right, for Bind, it is a bit more open platform. And even if you look at Ascent now, Viper was irrelevant until the changes did occur, which made her a bit more viable. And with those kind of small tweaks that Riot have been making, it really does make every agent an option for someone to go in for. And there's a stack of different playstyles that have started to surface as well. So you've got that aggressive Raze, you've got that aggressive Jet playstyle, but we're starting to see some more passive plays with that kind of use of agent as well. So yeah, again, the Sova plays have been phenomenal. They've been phenomenal this tournament, and if we see a Sova, I do believe we're going to see a Sova in this Bind map. I'm expecting big things. They've got high hopes to live up to from the previous matches we've seen.
No, definitely. I mean, even for, Big Bone Bandits, I mean, for this squad like Auric, I know that's, I believe that's the team's IGL. So typically, does play that Omen Jet. It really, I think, does depend on the map and everything like that. Whereas I know Drelo, I mean, again, a little bit more of a mix where the Sova Phoenix, Raze seems to be, Bulldozer's kind of pick. And I mean, maybe the new name suits it because I mean, Raze can definitely be a bulldozer if she wants to be. And I mean, it's a bit of an interesting mix from what I learned about these teams. They seem to play those standard picks, but I am curious if things have maybe changed since when they've been watching this tournament so far, or maybe they're trying to throw people off guard a little bit. Maybe trying to be, that element of surprise, the question mark. I don't know.
The dark horse, the lurking in the shadows, from the shadows, in the shadows, whatever way you want to put it, and use all the omen puns possible. Have a look at CARLETON Ravens info. The info we do have, look at the spike here. Ascent is the most played map so far, but Bind is just behind that, Laz. So if we are to see, when we do see this Bind start here, CARLETON Ravens, they're no stranger to Bind.
No, they're really not. And I mean, even again, like even I've just been based on my research from this team. I mean, it seems like their picks, Astra definitely is something that we're noticing a little bit more in this lineup. There is definitely a designated Sentinel player, which I believe is Rubsky, I believe. So again, I'm curious if they change this, if they want to keep this the same. Because I mean, if you're playing that predictable and you have it that obvious, it's easier to kind of counter those things. But now things are getting tense. We're in the ender stage or the last stages here of the tournament semifinals and the grand finals. So there's a lot on the line here. And it is a best of three, but it is Bind. So, like I said, a little bit more forgiving, I think, in terms of agent selection than other maps.
Definitely a bit more forgiving in the best of three scenario. And from the maps we just saw, for Banana, for example, they seem down and out. They absolutely seem down and out for a little period there. They lost map number 1. Map number 2 was going punch for punch, but they were able to bring it back. So if anyone needs a tale or that sort of Cinderella story, as you put it, of, hey, you're down one map at a best of 3, GG, don't bother trying, guys, it's over and out. Not at all. You saw it here today at the Red Bull Campus Clutch for the Canadian National Finals. And are we going to see it again for the semi-finals as we get things going? Bind, the agent selection's underway. We've got a Sky. We've got the Brimstone coming in here. So that Brim ticket, the bill has been fulfilled, Laz.
The bill has definitely been fulfilled. And like that, just like that, like I said, I mean, this is, we do have the Sky being locked in, Brimstone. I was kind of wondering. And like you said, I mean, Viper now has become way more relevant in the scene, especially with a lot of the buffs that she's had in the recent patches. So a very interesting lineup. Pretty much a standard that we're seeing from the defensive side. But on the attacking, I mean, Viper, not a big surprise, but good thing to see, of course. And she could bring a lot of one ways, a lot of good executes, of course, with the Viper's Pit. So overall, pretty standard picks, nothing too like out of the ordinary, no duelists or anything like that, no big surprises, but it is a good, roster of agents that we see from both squads.
You do bring up a valid point on the topic of Viper. It's decay. I think it's the difference in the decay tick of how much damage it does and the duration it lasts for. It is so impactful. It really, really is. It's not just about blocking vision. It's about making a player decide and choose, okay, am I going to take this decay or is it too risky to push through? Excellent stuff to see the Viper here, and I'm expecting yet again more big things from the Viper plays. Away we go. The semi-finals is underway. Best of 3 format coming to you. The Big Bone Bandits taking on the CARLETON Ravens.
And already now, I mean, Big Bone Bandits, they are going to be on the defensive side, starting things off. They want to be very aggressive towards the catwalk and already taking down Riv. So that's already a very good pickup. And I mean, now, they've lost their Brimstone, so that's a lot of utility that is burned. That's smokes, that's having the molly, and that's already now been disposed of. So this makes it even harder for the attackers to get some control. You can see the Viper's wall is now going to be activated, blocks things off a little bit here, but nothing really too much to worry about. But right now, they're going to fall back. They're actually going to put a lot more attention toward this B hit, and this is the right read. Bandits, they've completely put a lot of investment at this A site, only having one anchor, which is going to be Rimka by himself.
Where to from here? Chilling out in hookah. A party. A flash into sight. Getting things started. Guiding the light in. got the spike down. So get that plant for free.
Spike planted.
Ooh, camera makes a connection. That's good. Rimkin actually going to go for the wide swing. Just going to spam away through the cyber cage. A little bit too late, but this is a good position. Needs to stay alive. Wait for the teammates to come on through. But the 2-in-1 swing benefits well here for the Ravens. And already now, the Birds are going to soar as they pick up their pistol round. And the Bandits, they're not able to take this one away.
Is that a crow or a raven? It could be both. But the Ravens are going to take round number 1. Pistol round in the bag. Going in for the full spec to buy. They're not shy, lads. They want to come out like a bulldozer and get this one done.
Like a bulldozer. I like it. It's like a wrecking ball.
Get it done. And full armor as well, mate. The heavy armor, not just the light armor, the full investment. Everyone is around that 500 credit mark. You want to talk about an all-in? This is the all-in. The blinding light definitely doing its job. Taking the flash right in the face will be raised. And you talked of Dozer picking up the raise. Definitely fitting that one right in there.
Completely are. Very patient round. 3 players, look at this, inside of the tube. I mean, very interesting play. They have the recon available. You can just see the Cypher's got the camera in place. But look at this. This is the right read. Bandits, they've completely invested every single player to move into this site. This is the right play now. So Ravens, it might be the trap. It might be the cage that they weren't expecting. Granted, it is going to be weaker inventory, weaker arsenal. But maybe they can create something big, some havoc. Wade able to get 1, able to get 2, looking almost for 3, but now it's completely falling apart. Wings have been broken, but all of a sudden, Jack able to make something work here. And all of a sudden, it's a 1-on-1 situation. Shock Dart going to be used, but takes some damage, but gets the run-on shot. And now they still prevail, but just barely.
The run and gun from Jack Lorf, but you gotta be real. He must have had that heart beating out his chest at that point. That is not a round that should have gone to a 1-on-1. 5 Spectres and full armor. 5 Spectres versus Ghost Classics, Majority Classics. And that's a big pat on the back for Big Bone Bandits. Might not be getting the rounds, but that's a moral victory right there. Straight up.
And that's the dangerous thing about when you go in like a full team stack, is that, you know, it can be so problematic. And even though they like had barely any pistols or anything like that, it completely works well. A perfect guiding light, another one that's going to come on through. So this pushes back the defensive players. Bulldozer trying to get the engines warmed up. Jono going to be able to use Trailblazer, but it'll be Rim Cut actually take down 2 before falling and getting roasted alive by Boomer Brim. And now we have ourselves a 4-on-3 situation. The Ravens, they still got that spike possession. They still got control, but a big Draylo almost able to get the 2. Almost again, but Riv comes up big.
Last player standing.
Another one. Puts it to the 3-on-1. Boomer Brim. Riv with that orbital strike available. And the Phantom in kind as well. So are those two going to spell victory in the sense of post-plant? Perhaps. 1 smoke available. The stim. But Brim, 26 HP, lads. That one tap potential right there.
They do, you know, Riv does have the orbital strike. And this is a tough decision. I mean, your HP is very low. You've been able to obtain a rifle.
30 seconds left.
You can decide to try to go for this for the attempt. You can try to save this weapon, put it into the next round. But I mean, they have the money. No reason not to try for it. 20 seconds remaining. The Rays now kind of floating between defender side spawn. So it's really just the Omen. Close on by. Riv burning this clock. Second by second. I mean, has to commit to this right now. 6 seconds remaining. Has to get this frag, but it will be Alrek to actually take it down. And Bandits, they respond to the threat of the Ravens.
Trying to play the timing game. Credit to Riv there. I think that was the only option. You got the smoke. Maybe you smoke off Heaven at best. You smoke off U-Haul, but that post plant was going to be awful. Going to be an absolute nightmare. Not opting in for the post plant. Going for the duel, for the 1-on-1. Not going to succeed. Able to fall by again, though, as you mentioned. That was a borrowed rifle. Wasn't by purchase, by pickup instead. And they've got the full buy, and everyone with a full armor. I'm going to see a Spectre, though. on the side of the Bandits. So, Econ isn't fantastic. Enough to get the SMG, mind you.
They do get the orb, the ultimate orb, so that's already a good start. Nobody from the Ravens wanted to contest whatsoever. Good position from Rimka with the camera, so that gets a lot of information for anybody that goes for the execute on the catwalk. And the one thing we're noticing from Ravens so far early in this game is, I mean, again, they play a very default setup. So what that means is that they're just kind of waiting for picks. They're kind of playing things very slow and just kind of making sure, you know, there's not somebody on the defensive side just kind of over pushing and getting in their territory.
Orbital Strike versus the Hunter's Fury in terms of ults. Are those in the menu for this round?
Now the execute's coming in. Orbital Strike, like you said, going to be used. The Bulldozer going to get completely smashed. The dog has a big
30
bite.
seconds left.
Now they're going to be able to get the spike down. Hunter's Fury now should be used. Might be able to catch this just in time. But the spike is planted, but they pick up the frag. Waited a little bit too long. And now Seeker's going to be activated on terms of the offensive side. Oh, Eric gets a little bit spammy, but he does make it work. All of a sudden, there's so much havoc already. Jono able to pick down. Wait is now. It's going to be the snake bite that's used here. Couple of perfect lineup.
Look at it go.
Enemy remaining.
Gotta love a good post plant like that. Snakebite just chilling on the spike. Not sure if there's any more in disposal, but I think it's done its job.
What's another death?
Oops, with a quad. And the Ravens, a really good setup from them. That snakebite definitely made things a little bit more problematic for the defuse attempt at all. It is a very challenging position to be in. I mean, it's good when you have those lineups, but if your teammate falls, there's a lot of importance for that other team member to just stay alive and make sure they don't get taken down. So that was a really well done job from Moobs. He was very low, but the fact that he stayed alive allowed the Viper to just kind of completely make that an issue for Eric.
Gave Viper some breathing room there, and breathing room is something that the Ravens are trying to do here. Give himself that nice lead, that comfortable lead, and a little bit of room for error. This point, though, teams are looking to make no errors. They've got this far. A couple of mistakes along the way, some bumpy roads they've travelled, but the semi-finals, little chance for those kind of mistakes. Yes, it's a BO3, but you've got to go in it with that mentality. We're winning all these games. We're winning every single one, and we're going through to the finals. 3 ults available for the Bandits.
Oh boy, Rimka able to get the first, takes down Moobs, so no showstopper going to be available for them this round. There will be Rubsky that's going to be able to put the snakebite down. Does have the toxic screen available as well. Goes for the wide swing, takes it down. Good night. Wade able to get one. So now Bulldozer does have the showstopper ready to go. Should be able to pick this up. Just misses it in time. His teammate takes them down. You can see Jack Lorf does have the lineup. Is it going to be too soon? Oh, it lands and it works perfectly. The diffuser has been taken down. All of a sudden now, things have completely flipped. And Hunter's Fury going to be used from Jack Lorf. What is Jack Lorf doing? Just putting things in a mayhem here for the Bandits. A one-on-one situation. He's got to go.
He's got to hold.
He's got to go for this.
He can't let go. He's going to pre-fire this quarter, surely.
Time definitely could have been there, but Jack, we were talking about when you have that position of the lineups, your teammates need to stay alive. Got a little bit risky, a little bit dicey, right down to those prime seconds, but it works out. The Ravens, they're still soaring.
Jack Lorf and Rubsky, 2 players to highlight right now. Individually, 2 rounds, their post-plant setups have saved the game. They've kept them in the leads here. So 2 of 4, that's a lot. I wonder if that's going to be the theme. We've got a Brimstone as well. So you would talk about post-plants, Laz? They're set up for post-plants perfectly right now with the agent selection.
Take flight.
Yeah, really impressed with the way that the Ravens have been able to play with their agents so far on bind. Oh, that was such a crazy play. I mean, we could see Drelo was actually just peeking, but I think they just missed each other. And this is a 3-player stack actually towards B from the defensive side. Bulldozer. Here's a lot of commotion happening on. Might be able to catch these players off guard. Comes from the back. The Bulldozer runs right through them. And now the Ravens down to Jono. A 1-on-4 situation. Giving away the position. Getting a little bit touched here through the smoke. Still able to grasp. Able to pick ahead as well. A 1-on-3. Spike is in possession. Could go through the TP. Could go anywhere they want. But Jono has time, but needs to be very careful. A lot of high ground from players. Wait, inside a washroom. Bulldozer close on by. Already making a lot of noise, but it will be wait. Patiently is going to be able to land that shot to the head, and now Bandits reply back with their second.
I want to just let the flow keep going, but that collateral headshot was phenomenal from you all.
Absolutely huge. I'm excited if we can get that on the replay near at the end as well.
Riv.
I mean, a big timing from Bulldozer. I mean, the fact that, you know, you could hear everything through the cyber cage, just waiting through the toxic screen, and then just peekaboo, here I am, and a nice, big, tasty dish.
Taking out those two. Buffet, help yourself. Lots of frags and making him look stylish at that. Right under the pinch of the pressure.
Spike down, B.
Showstopper going to be used. Flash is going to come in from Drelo, but it's only going to be the one. Moves did have the Showstopper ready to go. Rimka gets a little bit of a paint can inside. Now this is going to be the regrowth that's used from Sky, so that heals everybody but themselves, but moves. This cowboy going to just put matters into their own hands, and now 2 members remaining for the Big Bone Bandits. And hopefully they can pack a punch here. The Ravens have now made their way into this A site. Bulldozer once again only finds the one, but Riv able to get the immediate trade now. A 1-on-2 situation, Kappa.
Orbital strike almost available again for Riv. Tells the tale of the kind of frags he's been putting down. What's going to happen here? This 2 versus 1. It'd be great if the Bandits could pick this one up here. Narrow that gap. Brim's lit as it gets, but moves. The Sheriff Thug coming through with another 1-tap. I thought it was 2 1-taps that round. Maybe 3.
Yeah, Moves, I believe, got 2 1-taps with the Sheriff to open things up. That's huge.
Rude. A rude dude.
That's a rude boy.
Rude boy indeed. Master the Sheriff, I think that's the secret to Valorant, really. Watching all these players pop off of it today. You master the Sheriff, you've mastered that Shiko. Keep that econ reserved for that next round. 5-2's the score, and looks a little bit like the Ravens started to run away with this one, lads.
Ooh, a nice setup, and I definitely agree, Ravens. They seem to get a little bumpy. The flight seems to be, you know, a little gust of wind. You know, things are not so smooth, but then all of a sudden they kind of figure it out. A little turbulence. Looking good already. Bulldozer with the high ground, not able to make anything happen with it. Jack Lorf now. Spike has made its advancement. All just down to the Phoenix by themselves. Drelo.
Spike planted.
Jono, I believe.
I believe it is Jono. That is one.
Oh, I feel bad. Sorry, Jono.
Wrap my head
Don't hate
around.
us.
Just okay. Got an extra highlight. Riv getting the highlight as well. Headshot, crisp, clean, calm, collected, getting it done. And 6-2 is the score right now. So let's be real with the scenario. Bandits looking a bit out of their depth right now on Bind. What is going to be the key to redemption for them here? Do they need to go hyper aggressive, lads? What's missing?
Well, we're just kind of noticing. I mean, Ravens, they seem to get a lot of control. I mean, they really have their feast at this A site. They kind of make, you know, quite a bit of commotion at B, and then all of a sudden they kind of, you know, just switch things over and really put that pressure back on A. And we're just not noticing the Bandits are just able to get those trades or, you know, kind of really slow down anything. And I mean, so far it's 6-2, and it's been a pretty stellar performance already from the Ravens.
It has been. Considering it's the first half, to have such an understanding of their playstyle, their post-plant positions, and quite frankly, they've not even used all their options and exerted their options just yet. Seen the Sova post-plant, we have seen the Brim post-plant as well, and that Viper post-plant. such a focus on A. I'm curious if they're going to start to switch it up to B, but honest truth, ain't broke, don't fix it. Saying that though, looks like they might be on the move.
We're even noticing as well, I mean, Bandits, they're not really trying to play too aggressive. I mean, Bulldozer really close on by. Showstopper going to be used. It does get the trade, though. Perfect time. Rubsky does take him down, though. So now, going to be pushing on through. Rimka takes down the spike carrier. Still holding the ground, but it's going to be Jack Lorf to get the trade immediately now. 3-on-2. Big Bone Bandits. Auric going to be able to get the paranoia. Gets the tap, but it will be Jono to land it. And now, Phoenix alive once again. The run-it-back was used. And both players, one towards Lamps, one's going to be all the way in the back here in the main, sorry. Has the lineup, but Jono might be able to put this all for themselves, making things here for Wait. This is a virtue, but it will be for Jono and the Raven. These wings are just going to keep on going.
Oh man, they're sailing, they're soaring into the sky, and I was just about to say off the back of that triple, just so calm with what they're doing for these plays. They've got an idea every single round of what they want to put down the table, and they execute it along with time factor. It leaves 30 seconds for them to get that plant, maybe the 25, but they have such confidence of where they're going for post plant, Laz. It doesn't matter how much time they have. They're making it work.
Standing ahead.
It's been a very dominant performance on the attacking side from Ravens. I mean, again, like Bandits, this is where it gets a little bit, of an issue. Like, I mean, they don't want to push too much. They're a little bit scared that if they push, they might lose, certain things. But now, Wait, finally going to go for it. Not the strongest weapon, but will now fall back. Knows that this is not a fight that they want to be a part of. But even moves, I mean, they have the hookah control as well. So this is something we noticed from Ravens. They wait things out. They get that map control. And this is where Bandits, I mean, a bit of hesitation on their end.
You can't blame the Bandits at this point. You've been slapped back on your attack so many times. Or, sorry, on your defense so many times. You just got to try and play for retake, maybe? You're playing these cheeky cubbies. Be the answer of the Stinger up close and personal in the grill there.
Execute's coming in. Smoke's landing now.
30 seconds left.
Gonna get caught with a tripwire, and now Hunter's Fury used from Wait. Might be able to make the connection. Yes, does take down the Viper. Perfect timing. Spike has been dropped. 2 players in the red. Regrowth could be used, but it might be a bit too far away. These players just outside the site, 12 seconds remaining. They have to go, and it's going to be now. But the defense, Auric able to jump through the skies, and they reply back. Big boned Bandits, giving them a funny bone, and Ravens, they finally lose a round off a big lead.
Loving to see. Switching things up there. So we talked of, I literally was just saying, as they began to execute, what is going to be the answer? Is just playing patient to their executes. They've been feeding a bit early, just trying to go for those early picks. Completely understandable. It makes sense in this kind of scenario. You want to get out of the gates real fast, but take a step back. The team of course, the CARLETON Ravens, they're so hyper-aggressive. Don't match it with aggression. Let them come to you. That's one round in the bag. Can they double down on that?
A lot of members from the Ravens grouped up towards Hookah now. Drelo could get this timing, does get the frag, so works out in their favor. But now the Ravens, they're going to pounce. They're going to drop right into this. It's a full flock. It's terrifying. And now Showstopper going to be used. Moves on the full hunt, looking for a little bit more.
Spike planted.
What can they find? But the Bandits stuck inside of Hooper. Auric not able to make it work at all yet. And now 2 remaining. Rimka and both Bulldozer now bring this back to an even playing field, Kappa.
Yet again, that last-minute conversion of those trades, phenomenal for the Bandits. Surely this could be another round. In comes the paint cans. It is going to be down to the 2-on-1. Grims takes 1. Riv cannot take another. The 3K coming through from Rimka. XD is right. Smiles all round, and that's round number 4 for the Bandits.
if the Viper could have stayed alive, I mean, that Viper's Pit still would have been activated. So, like you were saying,
Last
Riv was on the
round in the
top
half.
high ground of Tube, really relying on that coverage with the toxic environment. But since it depletes immediately, pretty much within, I think, a second or two after, it made it not really the greatest situation. But the Ravens, they've been able to take this half, but now is going to be the question whether it's going to be an 8-4 or if the Bandits can bring things back to a 5th. And I mean, if it goes a 7-5, definitely a respectful half, and especially with the way that Ravens have played this first half.
For Bandits to even have 4 rounds, Laz, I think that's a good half. I think that's a fantastic half. The Ravens have been sensational with their plays. Excellent start there. Eric wants that 5th round.
We needed that from the Bandits. We needed them to do, you know, a little bit of pressure, kind of rip the Band-Aid, you know, let's see what they can find. And they actually opened the exchange, so they depleted that Hunter's Fury as well. And that's a good pickup for the Bandits, kind of stealing that one away from the Ravens. And now it looks like a very interesting setup. The spike is still towards Market. They have Rubsky. Just going to be inside a washroom. No reason to grab this orb. But Rimka needs to be careful. Gives up the position. Could they make an opening? Nope, the opening's going to be closed. And now just down to Riv and both Jono. The last 2 players from Ravens still got some time here, Cuppa. They got 35 seconds to make a play.
They've been doing crazy things with 30 seconds.
30
They've had
seconds
many,
left.
2 versus 3, 2 versus 4. Can they get another more here
One
for the
enemy
first time? Run
remaining.
it back. He's going to be taking
Spike
out the
down
game.
B.
All down to Jono. Jono taking one. The shock dart in the conjunction and combination with Rimka's spray is going to do it.
Switching
7-5. They get that 5th round. What a comeback from the Bandits. I did not by any means see them coming back into that half of how things started. I think it was 7-2 at a point, Laz.
Yeah, definitely a bit of relief. I mean, for the Bandits, I mean, considering how that game was going, we just saw the Ravens. They like pick up 2 in a row, lose a round, pick up a couple more, lose a round, and then the Bandits were able to kind of close things out with 3 in a row. They don't win the half by any means, but I mean, having a 7-5 half, especially on a map like Bind, definitely something to keep their hats high on so far. But now things are going to be switched, so we'll have to see how well Ravens can hold things down. I mean, Ravens put a lot of pressure in the first half at A. And I mean, with this agent composition as well from Bandits, I mean, they do have the Rays as their, and the Phoenix as their main duelists. So I'm curious what the plan will be. They do have dark covers available in terms of utility for their executes compared to the Brimstone when you have 3 smokes.
Paranoia is obviously an option as well. Add that in the mix on top of the dark cover. Things can get real spicy real quickly. Short tack pause here. If you're wondering what's going on, and we'll be right back into the action. Would love to see the Bandits get this pistol round. That would feed into what has been a sensational day from every team that we've seen play here. On Bind, though, as you mentioned earlier, and it's worth underlining, you don't need a specific agent on Bind. We asked that question and talked about that a bit before we started, and you really, really don't. You've seen the Brim post-plant go fantastic. You've seen Viper bring in some big plays as well. We do have a Sova on the Bandit side too, so post-plant territory is still a possibility.
Big group session from Bandits. No one washroom. Waiting things out. Some deep smokes that come in from the Ravens. Really just pushing back any early aggression. Snakebite going to be used as an addition too. So I'm curious. Ravens, they have a really good inkling that there's a potential push here. I'm not sure if they've done some VOD watching or some demo reviews or something like that. But now it looks like they have a good idea of this. It's going to be the one way, but a bit used too late. Rubsky does get the one, but he's going to get taken down. Bandits, they have some time, but Jacklor, if you can see, close. A little bit too early on the shock dart. It's not going to make any sort of impact. They can easily TP out of this, and they completely do in the Ravens. They're out of position.
They are out of position here. They're going to be out on the limb. The frenzy spray coming through here from Dozer. hailing
30
from
seconds left.
University of
Spike
Montreal.
planted.
Represent. I believe that's 2 frags so far. All down to moves though. 1 versus 4. 1 player's in the flank. Little does he know. It's time to go here. Gets that sexy 1 tap. A good start there. 3 on 1. Down from that 4 on 1. Things looking up, but no util. None at all, as.
Utility depleted. Now it's all about fragging out. Both these players hanging out, cuddling. Oh, gets the 1. Almost able to get the 2nd. But it will be the Bandits. They're going to be able to take this one in the bag. 1 round away from a tie game. But a very good effort that we saw from Moobs, especially with the limited options, you know, with no utility, no paint cans. I mean, if he would have been able to throw that outside of Garden, I don't know. I mean, that could have done some pretty big impact.
It would have been like an orbital strike with those paint shells coming through if it was available. Not in this case. And moving on into yet another round here as we delve into this second half. The Shiko
Scanning ahead. Spike
for the
drop.
Ravens.
Oh, moves again. Nice Taparino once again with the Sheriff.
Got
So now Spike's going to get picked up. Big Bone Bandits, they are going to regroup themselves. Prepare for a better execution. They have the Sky here from Ravens available inside of Hookah. But again, only a classic. Might be able to get the quick peek, get that information. Definitely hears the noise. Ooh, does some good damage. But needs to be careful. Teammate now going to swing out. Paranoia going to be used. And that's a good bait of the utility as well. So now, Bandits, they can't even use this late round.
Util's bled out.
Spike drop.
Do what they can here. They do have some shock darts available, so if those lineups are something they have on their menu, this could be a round yet. Jack Lorf comes through with 1, comes through with 2, the spray down coming through. Feed the Phoenix. Feed Dreol, and he's going to get that one with a 4K. Love it. Quadra.
Spike's hit.
A beautiful thing. Drelo able to get a nice quad. Sure, it's an eco, but you know what? Still looks good, still feels good, and now you know what even feels better? Having a tie game. Now, Ravens. They've been down 2-0 in this second half. Bit of a bonus still here for the Bandits. And again, like what we saw before in the previous match in the quarters is we saw when the team were on the bonus, they actually put a lot of pressure against that team that was on the gun round. So I'm curious if that's what we're going to see from this squad. It worked out miraculously before, but it looks like they might try to take things a little bit more tame.
Switching up those playstyles, keeping everyone in their toes here. Droning out is going to be Jack Law, clearing out the showers. Does catch eyes of 1. Drelo's been spotted there. He's on doing a business degree right now and got down to business last round with a 4K. Big question though, can you repeat that performance every single round? So difficult to keep putting up those big numbers, and it's something that you need to see from all players here. Guided Light is going to come through. Jono getting the intel, gets the blind, and then falls off.
Joke's over. You're dead.
Run it back now. Drelo gets the curveball, able to get the flash, but it doesn't matter. Gonna lose that exchange. There will be Trailblazer that is going to be used. And Eric needs to be actually pushed up. Rubsky able to get 1, not more than that, but that is the spike given away. The location revealed. Jack Lorf able to find 1. Bulldozer tried to run on through. Do what bulldozers do best. Does hit a bit of a track in its path. Spike down now, a 3-3 couple.
Wait, being put to the grave there, moves. Vandalizing through. Sight. Let's put it to the 3-on-1. All on Drelo. Big numbers. That 4K in the previous round. He's still got a Spectre though. Not ideal for this kind of situation. Sprayed in a brain. Do what he can here. Not
A good effort.
Mustard. It was an A for effort for sure. But a Spectre taking on the Vandals with the Phantoms in this semi-final, it's not going to be enough. That was a bonus round though for the Bandits, so they should be, in theory, on that full buy now.
Still able to get into the site. Their executes have been quite clean, and it's a good sign. And that's what we saw from Ravens before on their attacking side. They seem to, put a lot of great executes every single time. And now we're kind of noticing it as well from the Bandits. No ultimates available yet from either squad, but it is very close moves with 1 away. Jacklorf going to be 2 away, as well as Rubsky on the defensive side. So orbs are definitely coming into its full effect here momentarily. It does look like now Big Bone Bandits going to try to go for this execute on shore one more time. Bulldozer going to jetpack. Oh my goodness!
Beautiful.
Death from above. Skyscraper. My goodness. Again with another.
Dozer.
What a big bulldozer.
Again, that Montreal gen just
Last player
putting up
standing.
massive figures here. Gets the 3K.
Spike
Is
planted.
there any more from the Rays of the Bandits?
Time to
Jono is that Trailblazer, clears the corner, does what he can, and somehow, some way, not getting a pickup on that.
Creeping on through. Jono. Going to be missing this recon, so it's not going to make the connection, but gets the spam. That's absolutely filthy. But Bulldozer pulling up a quad, comes from the back lines, able to put it back to an even game. What a round from Bulldozer. Puts that round into his own hands and just glides through the sky. What's that Marvel character that just rides on the
Silver
board?
Surfer?
Silver Surfer. Yeah,
got you.
definitely like that. Thank you.
Oh,
My
no worries, man.
goodness.
You can tell we've been casting it together for a bit when we could read each other's minds. Definitely, the Silver Surfer surfing through U-Haul, that kind of movement, that was perfect. If it wasn't perfect, wouldn't have made it round that bend, and somehow, some way, is able to pick up those frags, man. Definitely the Silver Surfer. I like that.
go get him.
Early pickup there for the Bandits. Put it to that 5-on-4. And things are starting to look a lot more in their favor now. The Ravens not looking as confident on defense.
Yeah, things are definitely getting a bit more shaky. I mean, Bandits, they're not doing anything, too out of the ordinary. I mean, we're not noticing like they're taking, big splits or anything like that. They seem to really commit together as a unit and really playing close on by. Where some teams like to have that default setup and really just try to get control of the map, and then it makes it a little bit easier for the IGL to get a better feel of what they want to go for. But right now, I mean, Ravens, they are in a tight money situation. Their economics is not looking the best. And I mean, with Jack Lorf studying economics on the team, definitely knows that. Bulldozer going to be just staring in the face, takes his own life, but we'll take the frag with it. Why not? It'll do.
Player standing. 30 seconds left.
The suicide showstopper gets it done. And Drelo is going to finish this one as well. Frags across the board here in this second half for the Bandits. Again, quiet start to that first, but they've really turned up in this second. Cranking that volume beyond the max level, starting to blow the speakers a bit, but that's what it's about. You've reached the semi-finals. You've got to go where no player has gone before. You've got to make those plays exactly as Dozer has been. 17 in 12 for 2 players for Rimka, and it is going to be for Dozer. A Cypher and a Raze at the top of the scoreboard. Raze maybe, but Cypher? What are these top frags doing today? Cypher, Sova, Viper?
Ooh, and full aggression as well, so they're actually pushing down long B. Put a lot of pressure back, but now the attackers have been able to jump out of hookah. A little bit of a misplay, a little bit of uncomposed positioning moves. Does land the showstopper. Oh, and Wade, look at this, gets it. Actually pushes them, has to commit to the TP, and that's the raise on the defensive side, so he has to get out of that position.
Look at that.
Jono
Oh,
able to go
crack.
for a little bit of a crab spray, takes them down.
One down.
Rimka pickings to find one, but Rubsky able to get that trade back right away. Bandits now a little bit on the boards here. 2-on-4 situation. Aurek does have the spike, going to actually miss just that poison cloud. And now, I mean, the spike has made its way in lamps, but Phoenix on the other side.
Player standing. Spike down
And
A.
that's a problem.
That's a massive problem. That's going to be more than a thorn in the side. That's a blade in their side. 4-on-1.
30 seconds left.
Drelo has had a great game. Not great enough to take on 4 players, mind you. Over and out, 9-9 to score, and we are back at the tied scoreline. These teams, man. 12 teams that we have had in the tournament for today for the Canadian National Finals, and every team has had some mental tricks up their sleeve, and it's evident, it's so clear as to why they are here today. These 2 teams, most certainly, they're in the semis. They want to get themselves to the finals. Who's it going to be? Still map number 1 of this potential best of 3 as well.
Scanning ahead.
Ooh,
Great
nice
recon
little
dart.
recon. That's a pretty cheeky recon dart.
Like that. Take notes, the Sova notes we talked of. Not able to get the frag though. Drelo snagging that one instead.
Like the play from Bandits. I mean, with that recon, you could see that both players actually went and tried to get rid of it. So the positioning and the crosshair wasn't quite in the proper placement. Drelo tries to make matters into their own hands, but going to be falling back. The run it back used from the Phoenix isn't going to work out. Bulldozer able to take down the 1 player lurk, or the anchor, sorry, from B site, and now 2 players going to be coming through defender side spawn with just having their Viper inside of A by themselves. Rubsky just going to hold things out. They're not waiting. They don't know what the plan is. They feel there might be a fake. The Viper is now going to make its way out. Rubsky, easy to pick that frag up. Realize that this fake. They know the jig is completely given up here. Spike planted.
Rubsky making best efforts. Dual theft there. Narek trying to trade in. Not going to get it done though. 3 versus 2. Order strike is ready here from Riv. They're going in for this retake and they're going in hot.
Orbital Strike going to be used in a very different position, but Drelo going to be putting that full advantage of the recon bolt, gets the X-ray quick vision, takes them down. Spike not getting defused, but it does get tapped. Wait now, a 1-on-2, both players completely in the red. Doesn't take many bullets to take them down, but has to win this exchange. Gets the 1, just needs to go for the second. The spike's halfway done. Time is ticking, but no, wait, he's waited things out.
No
Is it going to be enough time?
Moves.
Oh, with a
3K.
second .79 to spare.
Talk about clutch. And yeah, this is going to be the Red Bull campus clutch that you're watching right now. Fuel to the 9s is going to be moves. 20 and 15. What a clutch, man. He had to get it halfway there, and he waited for, I think it was 1 second, like 0.1 second more, just to get that jiggle peak. It was so close, and it really was a 50-50 trade. Capitalizing on that one, and that is going to get the Ravens on that 10th there.
Not out of the woods yet, though. Definitely now Ravens have put themselves at double digits, maybe a little bit of relief, temporary relief. But I mean, still, I mean, we've seen Bandits. They've been cooking us something absolutely special so far. Map 1 of this best of 3. And they're going to be regrouping. They're going to be able to get that mid control outside of Hookah. And even now, I mean, it's 2 players here from Ravens. I mean, it is the Sky playing on the tight, long TP end, but also just having moves by themselves as a Vandal who tap away, gets away with it, but just barely. Nades are now going to be thrown in, able to escape, but now Jono, he's going to be able to get out of that situation, but he's by himself. He's left his teammates behind, and now it's a long rotate.
Moves has really been turning up here.
Heal up, squad.
I think Moves for MVP for this one. I feel myself saying it over and over again. The 1 taps, the spike down. Not going to prevent the plant though.
Showstopper used. Doesn't land. Moves though, gets the blast packs. A lot of mayhem, a lot of carnage going through this. Ravens though, making a stomping ground. Hunter's Fury going to be used, but now it's going to have to be able to take down more players. All these players have to do is just go for the swing, but no, wait, not going to be able to get it in time, but the spike defuse will work out for Ravens. An effort, an A for effort for Ravens. They get that A+.
Definitely do. A+, you've passed, you've exceeded and looking to continue exceeding expectations here. They've got off that double figures, and they're one deeper than they were. 11-9. Game starting to run away from the Bandits here. What have they got at the Bandit camp? What can they put together here in the form of a strat plan to get this one figured out? Super hard to outplay Moves right now. Moves has been getting so many aggressive picks, and then they just play for retake. So ever so hard to combat that. This is a good way to try it, though. Dozer had a great performance so far. Tries to take on that counter raise, but it's not going to matter.
Spike down B.
Spike's been dropped now. They still have it in their control. Phoenix does have to run it back. Could try to get something. Try to be that first point of entry. Find an opening. Get something.
Destroyed.
But the Ravens have been really able to put some good pressure back on the Bandits. Lots of time still remaining in this round. Smoke's now going to be becoming more of a nuisance here for the plan of attack here. But Drelo able to get out at the perfect time. But Jono able to reply back. So utility burned here for the Bandits. Jono is a problem, and he's able to take two now, making it all down to Dre. With the spike in hand, time is completely ticking. But Rubsky close on by, Kappa. Oh no.
Oh, not like this. Oh, that flash, that curveball almost did it. I think Rubsky just got the turn in showers, faced the wall, and able to counter that flash as it will be. Excellent effort. Triple baby coming in from Drelo, and it's not going to fit the bill of what's needed. Expectation there. Rubsky had a feeling, heard the TP, and able to use that toxic screen perfectly. Match point here for the Ravens.
The Ravens now putting themselves, like you said, match point, map number 1. All on the line here. Big Bone Bandits. Need to get 3 more rounds, bringing this back to a tie game for overtime. But Ravens, only 1 more round they need to go home. Or not to go home, sorry, but to go to map number 2. But now it looks like the executes come through. Bandits, they're going to waste no time whatsoever. Drelo gets the flash, but he's not able to make it work. But the running back gets taken down. Moves, gets the perfect timing of him. And all of a sudden now, Bulldozer doing what he does best, just mowing over people down. And all of a sudden now, Ravens, they're able to have the 3-on-1 situation. Auric by themselves, Vandal in hand, needs to find these players. His position's completely compromised,
Oh, no.
but he's able to find the one with the spike. It's getting confused, but Auric is able to keep things going now. This is absolute mayhem, the fake TP. Auric, can you do it? Jono now should have time, and it's going to be the Ravens taking this 13-9 for map number 1.
Win.
Brilliant effort from Auric there to make that game continue and to keep them in the bind. But they're going to end up in a bind for that one. 13-9, the final score. Let's have a look. Moves, 339, 25 frags, and Jono with the 23 as well. That's the only 2 players above the 20 there. So most certainly sort of the duo carry coming through for the Carleton Ravens.
Yeah, some really good plays. I mean, both Jono and Moobs, I mean, again, they were able to kind of put a lot of, a lot of effort into this. 292 and 339 for an average combat score, really great. And both players almost dropping, well, one dropped 25, the other one being close behind. That's huge, especially for your Sky as well. I mean, that's not always what you see. Like you said, it doesn't have to be a duelist, but the fact that, Jono is just able to, be right behind in terms of that, like, kill-death ratio, it's pretty outstanding.
It's a brilliant performance, and that's just bet number 1. Still more action to come in this potential BO3. With what's to come next, we'll fill you in on that very shortly. That was a game that you could have seen it going to overtime as well, lads. It really was a coin flip, and with the level of play we're at right now, you're at that sort of quarterfinals plus. Yeah, you're going to see these games where it is anyone's games to be. The aim game, it comes down to those 50-50s, and that's what it came down to there. I think for the next one, I'm expecting big things from the Big Bone Bandits. They performed well there. It's not they didn't perform well. It's just a matter of a lot of those 50-50s swung the way of the Carleton Ravens.
Yeah, really good first map. I mean, the Ravens, they were able to have not really smooth flight, but they were able to make it through. And now with Bind being out of the way, the second map will be Ascent. So while we wait for the players to get ready, we are just going to take a very short break and get those players ready to go. So don't go away. We will be back with a short break, and we'll see you soon.
What's going on? Welcome back to yet another game to come to you from the Red Bull Campus Clutch, the Canadian National Finals. Laz is going to be to my right, if I get my directions. Yes, to my right, and Cup of Freg to the left here. Hope you're doing well. Laz, how are you feeling? It's been a day, brother.
Yeah, it's been a big day of high octane, a lot of action, a lot of great games. And I mean, I'm getting fired up. I mean, we're a map 2 now, and we're at the semis, so things are interesting, Kappa.
They definitely are. They definitely are. Give you some more insight in the backgrounds between the two teams here. Obviously, you've got the Big Bone Bandits taking on the CARLETON Ravens. Really interesting stuff with the Big Bone Bandits. Their story is really handcrafted, in which they're in the first qualifiers, were knocked out in the first qualifiers, but were able to come back with a French Canadian super team. Now, you did hear, I was going through to say there's obviously a member of the team, I believe it was Doza, saying from the University of Montreal, but it's like the G2, the envy of Valorant in the lower tiers where we are right now. So, is that French team going to be able to make their comeback here and get themselves all the way to the third map of the best of 3 of this semi-final? Off to Ascent. We've talked about this being a decider map, Plaz. Who's going to decide who's going forward here?
Yeah, for anybody just tuning in as well, I mean, the Ravens were able to take the first map, so we are on map number 2. And if this does go the distance, we are pushing ourselves to Haven. But, you know, we're not even going to talk about Haven. We're going to talk about Ascent. We've seen a lot of Ascent here on the stream here today. And already now, I mean, everybody from the Ravens looking like a pretty close to their pick, but it will be Rubsky actually on the Killjoy, having Jono actually playing on the Sage, which is a little bit different than before, but definitely still have moves, you know, being a little bit of an issue as well, and Jack going to be on that Sova. So Astra going to be on the board here on the attacking side. Otherwise, looking pretty good.
It'd be beautiful. A beautiful story to tell to your friends and your family. We got knocked out, we're able to come back in, and it's looking as such right now for the Big Bone Bandits. But there's a map that stands out to them. Ascent, it is quite the map, and with all the agent selection, we've seen such a variety. I don't even think it's fair to say, I've asked that question since I think the beta of the game of, what's an agent for this map? You're right, I take it all back, Laz. There's not one set agent at all anymore. It's whatever agent fits your playstyle, and that is the absolute beauty and design of this game. You choose how you make it work here. Nano Swarm in the hands of Rubsky, choosing KJ as the agent for this one. KJ on this map, though, I really do think gives you that territorial advantage, and you can lock things down. Talking of that, look at Gardens. It's got nano swarms everywhere.
Yeah, it's like a landmine session. I mean, you know, like you don't know where to go. I mean, you're just guessing, right?
To the left, to the right, no, crisscross, and you're dead. That's it. GG. Dozer coming through, not on the raise this time. Opted in for the Sova. The drone gets a bit of intel. Look at Draylo. He's already a cat.
Yeah, they've already gotten a lot of control. Gardens now, where the tree room is going to be for Bandits territory, so they're going to be able to push these defenders back, but Moobs finds the Sova here, Bulldozer. Oh, Ulrich, a fadeaway shot. That's a one-tap onto Riv as well. Rubsky able to play inside the dark cover, but Rimka gets the better of it. Spike does go down, and all of a sudden now the Ravens, their wings, it's not looking good.
Looking good at all. Wings looking to be crushed, crippled, however you want to put it. Jono picks up a frag, evens things out a bit. It's going to improve things even more. It's down to 2-on-1.
Oh, goodness. Now, wait. Able to make the one-on-one exchange. Needs to bait the time. Peeking the shoulder a little bit more. Sova's shock dart lands right on top of the Astra player. And Ravens, they pull out of the nest. And they pull this round. The pistol round, it looked like it was completely out of their reach. But the Bandits give it away.
Would have been a very, very big round for the Bandits. Talking of map number 1, not able to go in their favor. The Ravens going to lap that up, though. Adding to their previous victory and keeping that morale high to start map number 2. The morale game, the mental game, is not something that's lent on enough and talked enough about in FPS in general, for Valorant, you've got to have that right mindset. And at this point, you got to ask the question, are the Bandits done? Have they reached that point of tilt? They've gone for the full Sentinel, lads. Full light armor, full Spectres.
What?
Okay, moves. We get it. Curveball comes in, perfect time, but wait, just behind his players, so able to get the connection back. Riv ready to go with the paranoia, but now a little bit more hesitation from the Bandits. They've done a very good job to really mess around with the setup here from the defense. And now Bandits going to be changing their position. Oh, Shock Dart. It's trying to land right on top of the Nanoswarm. Or sorry, not the Nanoswarm, the Boombot.
Very close indeed. Full Vestus for the alarm bot.
Man, alarm bar up, sorry.
So is Ribka. Jack Lorf getting one. Dozer chimes in for another. Evens things out once again. Down to the 3-on-3.
Oh, look at that. The recon gives away. It's Christmas already. They've been gifted a location, and Riv just missing it. Now they're still pushing on through. They're just trying to spray away, putting this SMGs into full effect. Bulldozer has a good angle to watch the door. Now Riv and his teammate going to be pushing on through. Jono able to take him down. And all of a sudden these Ravens keep on soaring. But Auric almost able to pull up 3. But Ravens again survive it just barely.
In the one-on-one. Right player survives. It's going to be Sage. Get that resurrection going as well. All you heard that round was a flurry of Spectres, lads. Like from zero throughout to the end, it was just Spectres all over the place. What we got for this one? Probably the full save coming in from the Big Bone Bandits. Regardless how big boned you are, have to save at some point. Can't keep going for that heave-ho. Or are they? I wonder.
Let us hunt.
Oh, they are. Are they forcing in?
They might be. I mean, Bandits, I mean, they should have the money. But they might actually. Looks like Ian Grayo is going to save this. Oh, spray away the frenzy. Not going to be your friend this time. Jack Lorf able to take it down. So, I mean, the threat, the quick aggression, going to be taken down already. And even the Cypher going to be taken down to the red immediately. Spike dropped already in a really bad position as well. I believe it should be grabbable, but Auric does have the Bladestorm ready to go. 2 players remaining here for Bandits. Nice little wall that we're seeing from the Ravens. Auric able to get a nice shot in the head, takes down moves, so that's already a nice start, but they're still down in the deficit. They need to make something work, but Bulldozer. Oh, what on earth is that? A nice little hug, but Rubsky, he's had enough.
Rubbing shoulders with the opponent and said, you know, I'm not up for this. Please leave me alone. Get out of my face. 3-0 for the Ravens. Big Bone Bandits. I see an operator in the server.
Ooh, Auric. You know, it doesn't have to go for the glass cannon, but it actually does only have the light armor. And the one thing too is there's no heal on this squad, so they don't have a Sage. I mean, they don't have Sky with the regrowth. So it makes it a little bit more of a problem, but Auric's done some really great damage so far in this second map.
Dozer clearing mids, recon visual, gets the tag. Okay, bit of KJ util at mid. Careful now.
Deploying drone.
Counter drone returned in kind as well. Drelo, precision on his aim so far in this matchup, but not really had a chance to shine just yet in this map, in this second map.
Cue the elevator music. I mean, this is a very slow round. Lot more thinking into this from the attacking squad. I mean, the down 3-0, Ravens have been able to pull up some rounds. Very close, though. It's been an absolute brawl at this moment. And even now, Astra from Wait is getting ready to line things up. Doesn't look like Cosmic Divide going to be used, but has the good star placements. Going to be now using them. Molly is going to be used in counter of that. Trelo is going to be able to find one. That's going to be the utility player here from the Ravens.
You want
Moves.
to fight it?
Does have a Sheriff out, and it will be Cosmic Divide to be now activated here from the attackers. 13 seconds remaining. They absolutely need to get
10
into the
seconds
site,
left.
but it will be the defense that's just going to run on
Spike
through. They're
planted.
going to be their own sort of bulldozers.
They are. They've got their own construction equipment available. Here's a 3 versus 2. Make that a 2 versus... Oh, 3. The frag coming through from the up just led over. Cypher very lit there.
Last player standing.
Not going to matter, though. Frags like that coming through from Arek. I want to see an up every round. Obviously, up every round, damn it. Rim comes through and gets them onto the scoreboard sooner rather than later. That's a big morale boost there for the Big Bone Bandits. Coming through strong. 3 players survive, and that is going to leave them feeling a lot more alive going into this next round of round number 5 here. Yop does stay in the hands of Eric, and he's keeping that light armor, lads. That's confidence. He's got money for heavy armor. He says, you know what? I'm keeping the light armor just for now.
Yeah, I don't even mind this play at all. I mean, you can still, again, kind of preserve that money so you don't have to spend the full amount of credits for the armor. So kind of being a little bit more cautious, and maybe that is Jacklorf, you know, from the squad is being a little bit more, or not Jacklorf, sorry. I mean, it's their IGL, you know, calling the shots here and just being very aware of the money situation. Even way, John O is going to be able to push himself back inside a market. They have the run it back. They have Hunter's Fury available. Trelo is able to get into control, but this is a 3-player stack into tree room. Oh, this is a party I don't think they want to be invited to. Run it back going to be used. Riv able to get one. Able to get some run it back. That's going to be the spike down. Curveball comes through. Able to get a TP, but not going to matter. Going to be roasted alive. Now being able to heal himself. Barubsky able to run on through, and all of a sudden now the Bandits have lost their squad. It's only down to 2. They get the spike back into retrieval, but they've lost a lot of their friends with them.
Down to 2 Rogue Bandits. That whiff of the shot there from Arik. Call it crucial. I'm really nervous now. That shot would have been devastating, and that is going to be from Move. Spike down, puts it to the 2 versus 1. 29 seconds. Out comes the neural theft here from Rimcut. What a big round. Has the spike in hand. Going to fake the rotate. So, is that going to be the play of the day?
Revealing area.
It's 1-on-1, so 50-50 on what's going to work for him here. Jono able to follow through with that operator shot, and that increases the lead there. Gets the Econ res going too.
Can I get this?
The Bandits, they're looking out in the lurch right now.
Really like that play and the effort that we saw that was coming through from Rimka. I mean the fact that, you know, he went for the fake, you know, running away, a little bit of a nice cheeky play. The sound cues worked out very well. And like you said, it was an absolute 50-50 with the door still being a bit of a barrier, made things a little bit harder, especially with the time ticking like it was. But Ravens, again, starting things off very hot. And this is how they kind of started things off on the map number 1 as well. It seems like they're keeping that momentum going even longer now. Bandits going to be grouped up, a 3-2 split, allowing mid to have full control here. Ravens not going to put a lot of pressure on it, but they do have 2 of the players on the defensive squad playing more in the back of spawn. On the defender side spawn, my apologies. But this is interesting possession that can be gained here from the Bandits.
Talking of the Bandits, and we mentioned earlier of their failed first attempt to qualify, and they had that tenacity to come back, refresh the roster a bit, get some fresh legs, some fresh aim. They're no stranger to defeat. They're no stranger to coming back from the jaws of potential defeat. Can the French super team get themselves back into this game here? This one, bit of a gimme round. Those up. Just trying to do some damage though. Rimka getting 1 frag as well, so that's a good start.
Nice easy pick for Riv.
30 seconds left.
Trying to River Bandits close on by. Rim needs to be very careful, but Jacklorf able to take him down, but Bulldozer gets a nice trade fry back. Spike though, not even near that B site. Instead, going to be able to get into A, but the Jet, Arik, has been able to push up, but inside a tree room is going to be the Omen, and that is Riv, and he gets taken down. They need to get the spike planted. It should have enough time. And all of a sudden, Bandits, they've been able to take advantage of something out of nothing.
They really have, and I was talking of that tenacity, that experience they have on their roster. It's showing. It's showing right here, right now in this semi-final. This is the second map. This is a must-win for the Bandits if they want to get through to that third, that final of this best of three. Moves. What's he doing here?
Ooh, a good gravity well. And now 2 players remaining. They're both going to be on top of tower, so they are grouped, but all the players remaining from the Bandits going to be side. The spike's already been halfway. Going to commit to the defuse, but not going to have enough time. They spam away, and it's going to be Bandits pull up the Thrifty, and they should be able to escape with these new weapons for the reward as well.
The risk is going to be given that massive gold medal, picking up the operator for free, boosting their economy as well with that sort of half save they just did. Really interesting stuff from the Bandits. And you were talking about rogue plays and rogue Bandits, man, they're rogue and they're becoming a really unpredictable team as we get later into this first half. A lot like Sicko mode that we saw earlier on today, lads. That unpredictability, that could be a problem.
It completely can really become a bit of a nuisance. The IGLs are definitely scraping through the mines, figuring out best sort of action. The Ravens now. Money situation not the greatest. Trelo able to get a nice shot right on the corner of the wall, just fading away. And now it moves. This is good positioning, actually being a bit quiet, but does land a nice little double tap against Rimka. But now the attackers, they've been able to get themselves in this A site. Defenders, though, they're close. They have Hunter's Fury, too. They can try to make some kind of an opening. Definitely doable. Cannot count out this round at all for the Ravens.
Never. Not after what you saw in that first matchup. Lead starting to slip away from them here. The Bandits, they're starting to get dialed into this game. They really, really are. It can be one of those where you've got a bit of a struggle to try and understand the play style. Instinct coming through on moves to Dozer, and the hot hands is going to finish off Dozer and send him to the grave. All these frags are coming ultra fast. It's down to the 2-on-1. Riv, low HP, as Sheriff to get the victory, and it's not going to cut the mustard. Arik coming through with that Sheriff, the one tap to the face, and that gets him to that 4-3. Really, really positive, encouraging stuff here coming through from the Bandits.
Yeah, Bandits have been able to find a lot of like small openings that the Ravens are kind of allowing. So, I mean, there's this immense amount of pressure that's now starting to, build up against the Ravens. They had this nice lead. They had a 3-0 at one point. And now we're talking about a 1-round differential. And, I mean, it's close to a tie game. We do have the Ravens. Should have money on the board. Jono going to be trying to be that first point of contact. Sage with an operator, but no. Bulldozer going to be able to get some information with the drone. Does make the connection with the recon. Run it back is going to be used. Curveballs in now to Riv. Close on by. Paranoia used. Jono able to land the shot. Jono able to make another one. And all of a sudden it's just a complete mayhem now. Leaving it all just down to Trelo by themselves. A 1-on-3 situation. Spike is retrievable. But now it's all about the pressure. It's all about reacting to the situation. The Ravens need to play this safe, but no, they're going to keep on peeking and allowing Trelo to make another 1-on-1 exchange. So Ravens, they need to be the flock. They need to be the group in this situation.
They have to get together on this one. They've got to go for that 2 versus 1. The single out is going to be the thorn in their side here. Drelo playing it slow. Got that fall-off pick that we're talking about and just giving him kudos. That's 2 for 2 with fall-off picks here for Drelo. Gets the curveball, makes all that stomping noise on catwalk. I think he's going for the rotate.
30 seconds
Going for a bit of a gamble. Good read. Now has time to get the spike down. And at this point, Ravens, they want to just try to go for a bit of a gamble. They have 2 players. They have the 1-player advantage. So for them, they wanted to wait and see and just make sure. Not the right read, but now a lot here for the last player of Bandits. Needs to isolate these players as best as possible. Utility Nothing. It's completely disposed. Needs to get this opening duel. Needs to find this opening really quick. Drone gonna spot it now. That's not what you want, especially your location is completely given away. And all of a sudden now, it's becoming even more problematic. They peek wide, but Jono is gonna be able to make it in the lead again for the Ravens. And pretty good ease as well, but the Bandits, they're putting a lot of effort and valiant effort in this.
Oh, they are. They want that comeback to happen. Jono, not sure if he's seeking out a rifle. I believe there was an op somewhere, but... Oh, is he going to get it? He is. Wow. That delay on the defuse of the spike there, Les, that allowed for that operator to be picked up. And that's why it's crucial. If you got that call out, go get me up, it's over. Perfect call out from the teammates. And that's going to get them, not just the round, that's going to get them an op as well.
It's those fine details that make the biggest difference, especially at this level. I mean, like you said, I mean, just being able to calm and say, run back as fast as you can, go to the site, grab the operator, was able to just get it. I mean, time was definitely ticking as well on the spike too, so you need to be a little bit careful, but it does work out for the Ravens. And that investment's still secured. Stonks, they're looking good. No issues at all. Now Bandits, back to another gun round. A little bit more pressure they're trying to put inside a middle this time, and they've been able to deplete some utility already from the Ravens. This is a good thing they need to do. The less utility the defenders have, it makes things even harder to counter the aggression and the plan of attack.
Definitely does. And talking of switching playstyles, and it's the sicko mode. We're going to call it the sicko mode when you do that sort of alternative play. The sicko mode coming through here from the Bandits. Almost got them that last round. Is it going to suffice for this round here? Hyper aggression coming through. Are going to see the Cosmic Divide as well. Gaining some territory. Get that entry. Drelo doing his due diligence as a duelist, doing his job to its fullest and clearing everything. Clear as hell. It's clear. Room on the flank. Cypher special.
Great peek from the Jet. Fender Killjoy lockdown now going to be used. Sova not close enough that he could close this off, but he might be able to. He's spamming away. He actually gets it right in time. Doesn't even need to use the shotgun. He's going to be able to use his own rifle. And peekaboo, you're right there. And all of a sudden now, Rubsky, a 1-on-2 situation. Wait, the one player outside of door, but it will be Arik to make things and put the nail to the coffin here. Ravens only one round away, or round of a difference here from a tie game, and Bandits, they respond back in some pretty interesting fashion.
I can't help but just nod in approval. And occasionally that'll happen where it's like, huh, respect. Respect, I like what I'm seeing there. Excellent plays from the Bandits to get themselves back into this game. They really were down and out. They were down and out. Mentality-wise, you could see it. Their head was in their hands, heads by their knees, and they were starting to sob a little bit. But they've turned those tears into tears of fury. They are really starting to have that passion, those plays oozing out of them here. And I do believe they're going to get themselves through to that third map if they continue this kind of velocity. Aggressive push though, but look at the Ravens go.
They're going to be pushing through some good pressure they're trying to put on, and they might as well. They only have pistols. This is a little bit of desperation. Good tenacity that's coming in, and a lot of good adversity as well. And now, I mean, 2 players remaining. They've already now lost 2 on the sides of Bandit, and even their Astra quite low. She's already down underneath 30 HP, so this is already quite successful in terms of just doing damage. And it is just Riv by himself. If he can pick up one more frag, that does allow, you know, the money situation here for Bandits to get depleted a bit more. And that's all you want. That's all you're looking for in these kind of situations if you can't pick up the round. And Riv gonna come through B main, try to see what he can find.
Are we going to see the Bandits win this half? There's no way. There's no way they could continue this force. Been so creative here. Riv coming through with the Sheriff. Coming through, ICU says Arik. Not an operator this time. It's going to be the Phantom. Getting the job done, multifaceted, and you have to be. You can't just be the one-trick pony in the world of Valorant. I'm a good operator. No one cares. You can't always get the op. You've got to have a rifle. You've got to be able to click those heads in a normal fashion as well, and that is going to be Arik taking part, not just in the op. This round, he's going to pick up the op again, though. Has the funds, has the creds.
Money
Guardian
situation
for Jono, though.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the money situation. I mean, even Jono. I mean, a Guardian is definitely extremely underrated in my opinion. And look at that. Even right there, you could just see. I thought we were gonna see a nice savage one tap with a Guardian, but it doesn't work out. A nice cheeky wall doesn't work out. Rimka gets a spray, barely wins that exchange. Doesn't take any damage, but it looked quite dicey for him. But now going to be able to use the neural theft. They get that information. Rimka knows one of the players is close. So we see the attackers. They're going to actually go on the backside here of A. They're going to be able to put an amount of pressure on this. Jack Lorf crosses in the right time. And now they've been able to put a lot of pressure against the site. These players are completely stuck.
Oh, they are. It's a 4 versus 2. Outnumbered,
Standing.
outgunned. Made that a 4 versus 1. It's all down to Riv, who's hanging on generator. Hoping the fuel is going to keep burning for the rest of this round here. But a 4 versus 1 in this scenario, I don't know, man. Not really the easiest challenge for him to complete.
With the game being this tight too, I mean
30 seconds
5-5.
Planted.
It's almost better to keep this weapon for that next round because Bandits are now going to be able to put themselves at a 6th. But if Ravens can kind of keep that money situation not in the worst case scenario, again, you can drop a weapon for your teammate, make things a little bit better. But now
They're
the
hunting.
Bandits, they're hunting.
Hunting.
They want to steal this. They want to take a frag away. They want to take everything that Ravens have worked for in this first or the second map, sorry. Riv able to make it work. He survives, but they know exactly where he is. And you can see this, both players, they're hightailing, they're coming, they're looking, they're thirsty, they're hungry, everything.
There's a bounty on Riv's head. These bandits, they want their bounty. Are they going to get it though? Riv, he's got to be shaking his boots here. Gets another frag. Gets no more frags. And that Akon is going to be denied.
Last
How's that
round
going to
before
affect
the
this
switch.
next buy? I am so curious. How's that going to affect the next buy? If we could take a peek. Thank you kindly. Let's see. Yeah, that's going to prevent an extra buy, as you talked of. If that weapon could be saved, they could get the repurchase. I doubt they would have even been able to do that, but one rifle denied leaves one player without a weapon completely. Not even choosing a Spectre, squeezing that in there, but I think that's going to be at the sacrifice of abilities.
Shadows traveling.
Yeah, it's really caused a lot of havoc, and this is a really good play from Bandits. The fact that they just went for the hunt, they have the money situation, they knew that they were going to be able to get the round with the spike already being planted. There was no hope for the Ravens to get that through, and even Riv tries to get very aggressive, tries to be a difference maker. Not able to make the play, so now already the Ravens, they're down.
Joke's over.
They've lost a member of the squad. The executes coming in from Bandits already. Hunter's Fury going to be used as well. Auric able to push on through into this site. Bladestorm going to be used. Rubsky hanging out, but he gets diced and
One
sliced
enemy remaining.
with the knives. And all of a sudden now Jack Lorf by himself. And that's going to be a 7-5 here for the Bandits. They're able to take it with a 2-round lead. A flawless round in that first half.
What a turnaround from the Bandits. If I told you, hey, that team, they were losing the beginning of this half, you wouldn't believe me if you'd just been tuning in since they've started winning. Amazing turn of events here. And this is what we needed to see, lads. We needed to see an exceeding performance. They've exceeded expectations. They've began the Cinderella story within the map of Ascent, and it's essential if they want to get through to map number 3. See that ticker at the top there? Yes, that's the CARLETON Ravens. They've already got one map under their belt. They took Bind with somewhat of ease, but this one here on Ascent, they're sweating, they're struggling.
A lot of nerves now, getting even higher. Pistol round comes through. Rubsky misses the alarm bot. Doesn't land it completely. Or I mean the turret, sorry. The turret doesn't land. Wrong ability, but it doesn't matter. You know what does matter? Is the fact that we're seeing Ravens. They're just going to be on pushing through market and also doing the B split now. Camera, Rimka, just waiting for that intel. He knows at least 2 people. They're close on by. Everybody's making their way through. This is a backyard fight. And all of a sudden now Camera going to be able to get the location away of one of these players. Pushing on through Rimka. Those arms do make it finally. Spike does get planted now. The Bandits They're down to only 3 players. 2 of them are absolutely in the red. Boathouse, they're looking around, but wait, he's able to make this work, and all of a sudden, Jono's, he's by himself. He doesn't even have time to heal himself. They're going for the full commit. He's trying to spam, but he's just too far away. Oh my goodness. Talk about being a thief. Bandits, they take that round away.
And getting fragged after it. Wait with the 4K. The classic intensity there from Wait was phenomenal. 4K, 3K to re-enter site, and yes, please, we'll take that diffuser, the spike. It's 8-5. The Bandits, they're back in business, lads.
They are back. And now, Ravens, a tough situation to be in, but it does look like they might just try for a full exec onto the A site, group up together with their pistols, with some of the utility. The one-way smoke that does come in from the Nebula of Astra slows things down. Bit of a party here at Long A, but Auric able to get out of this. Trelo able to find one, goes for a little bit more, but that's absolute filthiness! Able to pick a triple, and now all of a sudden, Ravens only down to 2. They need to just get the spike down if they can, but that's not even going to look like it's going to happen whatsoever. Bandits on their 9th.
Oh, Drelo. What a performance he's had. Definitely a big candidate for that MVP. Hailing from Concordia University, who talked about his business degrees working on Sova Phoenix main, and he is definitely living up to that Phoenix name in this matchup.
Well, Kappa, I mean, I talk about reacting to pressure. I mean, now this is a time. If you're going to make the strike, you make the first swing. Ravens absolutely need to do something big here. Otherwise, this is going to put Bandits on that 10th. And then making it into a safe situation for the Ravens. And Trelo does go a bit aggressive moves, gets the better of them. A good start already for the Ravens. Now going to be able to get the heal for the Phoenix. So it's like nothing ever happened, but that little bit of utility has been depleted. 2 members already lost here from Bandits. And a bit scattered as well. You have 1 player that's going to be towards mid, 1 towards market, and just the Astra by themselves. Wait, oh, look at this cheeky little angle using the Nebula, but only able to get 1. And so now the attackers of the Ravens, they're going to lay their nest outside here of the A site. Should be able to get the spike down quite easily. And it's all just down to the Bulldozer. Completely stuck in this situation. And it should be a mop-up, but Bulldozer somehow wins that exchange against a Vandal.
Jump Inspector versus the Vandal? Sure. Dodge a few bullets. I can dance, he says. I can dance all day. 22 HP though. Not sure if he's going to be able to dance his way into sight. No armor. All depleted. All faded and shattered away. Just saving the Spectre. Maybe a couple of exits. We did see some really awesome exits, I believe, in the quarterfinals there, Laz.
Yeah, we definitely did. And at this point, there's not really any reason for him to save. At this point, he's just looking for exits. But, oh, he hears them. Oh, the positioning might be a bit wrong. But no, it doesn't matter. 22 HP. If he can take the 1 more with him, that might be perfect. But no, Ravens have lost 3 members. And when we talk about money, we talk about the situation and how much of an impact that makes. It definitely affects them. And now Bandits, they're going to be able to put money on the board. Auric does have the operator in hand. Light armor. Trelo will just keep that Spectre. I mean, that might work for him. Trelo's been able to do some pretty nasty, dirty things with that thing. So this is a big test for both squads. If Ravens can pull this back through, again, Bandits will have to go back on a big save. But Ravens, I mean, their money situation, like I said, it's not looking too hot right now.
It's not. It might be a 3-round lead, but the economy always tells the true tale, doesn't it? All Gravity well, making poor move, just swarm around and fly around there. Not going to be taken out, though, as a consequence. This position for Rip could be deadly. Go for 1. Lots of damage inflicted, but no cigar.
Ravens able to get in now, so they haven't lost any casualties yet. 2 players very low, though. 4 players remaining. Astra are going to be able to plant some gravity wells. The Riv reads it like a book. Takes down Wait. And all of a sudden now, these 3 defenders They're going to have to make a move. It needs to be quick. Otherwise, they might just want to try to save these weapons into that next round. The op is going to run away. It's going to just try to go into that next round. And this is the right play. They don't have any control of this situation at all. They haven't been able to find any exchanges. So they want to preserve these weapons into the next round. Trelo, the only one with the weakest weapon, going to see what he can find. He blinds all of them, but he's able to only take one. A very good effort. But now the Ravens do reply back. They get their 7th. We're only 2 away from a tie game.
Oh no!
Oh, no! Oh my goodness! Just on the edge too.
That can't be calculated. That can't have been part of the plan. They're still going to be able to get that rebuy in though. But for one player, for Jack Lorth, definitely a struggle. Passing around those credits and saying, guys, someone help me out. Someone hook me up. A Spectre, we are going to see as a consequence there, Laz. So not able to even opt in for the full buy across the board. Not going to matter though. They've got way more than the Dozer and the gang of the Bandits. Best they got's the op, but other than that, it's a bit of a spotty buy there for the Big Bone Bandits.
No players on the defensive side at all near B. But Ravens, look at this. A big gathering, a social gathering here at Long A. Drone going to be just clearing out every single angle possible close on by. Astra laying down the stars already. Can use it now. Gravity well going to be used. Doesn't catch anybody. Doesn't really make too much of an impact. Doesn't stun anybody. Arik able to get the shot. Starting things off. Bandits have the advantage situation. Able to pick up another. That's a wall bang as well. Look at that. Goes for the jump spot as well with the Blade Storm. Just missing it. And now Riv. He needs to get into the behind lines. He needs to find these players. He has to get this small opening, but he needs to go quick because time, it's absolutely ticking. But instead, he's going to stay inside the site. Hunter's Fury used as well. And Arik now putting up the 3-piece. And it's all down to Riv, but Bandits have been able to put themselves on the double-digit rounds quite convincingly.
Arik, triple it down with that operator. As though one op shot wasn't enough. We'll take the wall bang and then flexes with another frag to follow suit. Not to mention the one tap of the Sheriff coming through in kind from another member of the Bandits there. Double figures for the Bandits. I'm sure even if you asked them at the beginning of this first half of the matchup, hey, you're going to go 10-7 in the second half. Like, we are? Well, they definitely are, and it's looking ever so likely to go all the way, the whole distance to this best of 3. Must win for the Bandits right now, just as an update.
Ravens, if they can flush some of these players out, get rid of some of these weapons like the operator, for instance, that's a good start. Arik actually pulls a very tight angle. Very difficult shot to land. I mean, this is, look at how small of a gap this is. Now gonna have to reposition. Cloudburst gonna be used, but they're just gonna completely push on through. Trelo only able again to pick up the 1, almost makes it the double. Jono able to get the res back. They're gonna commit to this. They still have ultimates available. They have their lockdown. They have Hunter's Fury. They can dispose a lot here, so the damage is definitely impactful on the attacking side here of Ravens.
The Cosmic Divide being taken out of the equation as well. Bandits did have that as an option. Out of there it will be Arik. Infamous op shots right now. I think the save's going to be the suggested
two
play.
players are
You see
detained.
him getting the heck out of
Detained.
dodge. Riv doesn't want to save though.
Oh my god! Riv takes full opportunity of that. He knows that both players are detained. He takes the gamble and it works out absolutely perfect. And that's a huge round, a thrifty round. The ultimates pan out very well for the Ravens. Wow. What a backstab against the Bandits.
What better player to perform that action than Omen? From the shadows, not literally, but metaphorically speaking, comes right round that corner, sprays down the 2 players that were so confident they had the save. They were so confident that all the players were anchored into sight. Mistakes were made, and as you can see, Arik swapping that op out for a judge. That's not an op. That's definitely not an operator.
Yeah, not what we were seeing before. Really nice molly, a very aggressive molly. So again, the Ravens not able to put a lot of pressure. Doesn't last too long, but it does delay any early aggression. And look at this, Bandits. They put a 4-player stack, having just their Jet lurking outside of B. And the Ravens, again, going back to the bread and butter. This is what they've been doing every single time. They just go for the execute at the A. They know they've had some good success getting the spike down. And they're going to keep on going. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So, they have to see if they can take down this site, or this stack, sorry. And they are just going to wait things out, burning the clock a little bit more. And this is where the NCPs could come out here from the Bandits.
This is looking like it's going to be a very messy round. So much bloodshed imminent here. Over on A site. Moob's coming through with one. Jono grabs another. They run it back. It's not good too impactful. Does gain them some territory though. It's 5-on-2.
Spike planted.
Auric coming all the way in the back. Might be able to find this opening. Rimka making some noise. A good distraction, but actually the Phoenix from the Ravens does move themselves. The Auric gets a nice easy frag. Cloudburst comes in. Should be able to pick up this weapon. Waiting things out. Another Cloudburst will do. A Vandal retrieved. Location has been given away, but Rimka does find that opening. It's getting a little bit messy.
Last player standing.
This is real messy, and all of a sudden now Auric, if he can get away, that'll be perfect, but no. Mr. Lorf has other things in store.
The air horn is blown. Ba, 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 ba. Celebrations coming through from the Carleton Ravens bench. And all the Carleton Ravens fans are going to be standing in the stands right now. 1 point away from getting this back to a tie game. You wanted some close matchups in this Red Bull Campus Clutch? Definitely going to be given an issue to you right here on Canadian soil on your Saturday. Hopefully enjoying the show so far. A wicked final is going to be on the menu, but we're not quite there yet. The Bandits want to take this to map number 3. Are they going to have the economy? Are they going to have the weaponry to get that done here?
Raylo going back for another thing that he knows best. Going to go for the full aggression. Caught off guard with the run it back. Not going to be able to find anything. Arbor's been depleted now, but does get a second chance for a fight. Auric does have the operator. Goes for the quick peek. Takes down Moobs. So Ravens have already lost 2 players. No res available at all here from Jono.
I keep thinking Bono from U2 every time we say Jono. I think Bono. Nothing related, but
I know. Feels bad.
feels bad. Definitely not Bono. It's Jono stepping up to the plate here. 5-on-3. 1 ult available. Hunter's Fury is going to be in their repertoire, but I asked for how much longer with these op shots from Auric. He hasn't been missing too often. Uncharacteristic, these quick scopes not giving him that freedom to pull the shots out the bag.
Able to get a dodge as well, so the shock darts don't actually land. Ravens able to get themselves in some tight positions, but there is still 4 players. Cosmic Divide going to be used. Riv holding a very tight angle. Just on the other side here, there's going to be 2 defenders that are going to be on pushing through the bouncer. Is he going to push these guys back? Gets the one. Not able to get the second, but Jono able to help him out. And Ravens, they brought this back to a tie game. 10-10.
I'm shaking my head. I'm absolutely shaking my head. Just when you think a narrative is true and told, it gets reversed. Someone gets the Tipex out, the whiteout, gives it a scribble, and then rewrites, actually, it's going to go all the way. 10-10 is the score, and overtime, it's never looked closer in this entire matchup we've had today in the Red Bull Campus Clutch, the Canadian National Finals. I thought the Carletons were going to 3.
Definitely was looking like it. Looked like Bandits were able to maybe push things against the Ravens, but these claws, they got a good scratch to them.
Certainly. Oh, the Blade Storm just whiffing those Blades of Fury ever so slightly there. Oh, the curveball! Full blind! Full blind!
What?
Jono's going to get that frag as well. That could be it.
Wow. That's huge. I mean, the angle worked out miraculously. We just had a really good lineup. But a really good effort, and it's completely over. A flawless round, quick and easy. We're done. That round's done with. We want the lead. We got it. That's a wrap.
That is a wrap. It was a little bit of a Chico for the boys and the Bandits.
This is a nice.
Regardless, though, asserting dominance are going to be the Carleton Ravens. Hey, we've got one map and we gave you a few rounds. We're going to take this second and get it done in 2. The Bandits are saying no to their Artec in the mix with the Operator. 2 sets of light armor, though, for the Bandits. Tells times of a struggling economy and a struggle of a match. This has been so brutal.
What a better storyline, though. Bandits get the lead. Ravens, they just creep on back. I mean, now they've been able to take the 1-round difference of a lead in this position. Very tough position for them to be in, Ravens. They've really mixed up their play, but really focusing a lot on these A executes. Jack Lorf gonna get that nice little view of some real estate. See if it's up for grabs. Hunter's Fury going to be used here from the Ravens now. Going to be pushing back that player that is actually going to make the connection. Rimka gets caught. Arik again. A thorn in the side. Able to take down only one, but now he's going to have to reposition himself. He dashes out. But they don't even commit to this. Ravens, they've completely faked this. And Trelo, he has to now slow things down. He has to get them stuck in the mud. Now Molly's going to do. The defenders have made their way back, but Jack Lorf able to find it. They need to come up big, but Trelo able to make it 2 more before he goes down. Riv finds the back of Bulldozer, and all of a sudden now Arik on a 1-on-2 situation, Operator in hand. This is to push for a tie game, but if Ravens can pull this, we're going to match and series point.
I keep finding myself getting closer and closer to my screen. I'm going to be one with my screen if I'm not careful. Artec swaps out the big gun, swaps out the Operator, choosing to go for those close combat engagements. Both players are in hell. Little does he know, maybe he has that awareness to be the all-seeing eye. He does have 1 Cloudburst available, the double updraft available as well. Faking the drop.
These sound cues.
Is that going to be something that gives him that fake cue? I think it might be. I don't think they've got into this. They do. They've got the crossfire set up. It is going to come through from Rubsky. That's match point for the Carleton Ravens. What a heartbreak this would be. The Bandits, they look like they're in the pole position to get to that 3rd map. The Ravens said nope. And they're continuing to say nope. This buy, their economy strangled, Laz.
Oh boy, they are in a bit of a desperation mode now. And now we can see Ravens, I mean, they're feeling good. This is 5 rounds in a row that they've been able to pick back up. And Bandits have now lost this momentum, and they have to regain it. Pressure is completely on their shoulders at this moment. But match and series point here for Ravens. 1 more round, and that's going to be it, and they're pushing themselves to the grand finals. But Bandits, they're going to need to pull 2 away to go to an overtime.
Regardless of the current score, you've still got the Bandits. They're so aggressive. They're playing that double stack deep out of A site there. And I like this a lot. Shows they're not giving up. They're going out with the fight. They go for the 1 frag. Gonna go for the 2 as well. This is massive.
Okay. All right. Bandits now changing up their plan. Putting a little bit of more pressure against the Ravens. They're going to be able to push in through. They haven't gained control of this B site. They're still close on B main. Move's going to be able to throw the firewall, the blaze wall. It comes on, blocks a little bit of the vision. Quake, hoping to find something. But it will be Arik to land the shot against Rubsky. And now the Ravens, they're just down to 2. They've completely lost everybody. A 1-way cyber cage comes up big. And Rimka is able to shut this down. And Bandits, they are not giving up without a fight. It's a flawless round. Last round to see where things go. Can the Ravens pull through, or do the Bandits do the absolute impossible and pull it to the overtime distance?
Woo! Man, I'm sweating and I'm just casting. This has been an absolute... I know Prezi said it earlier on, the former spectator of... it's a barn burner. We've had a couple of barn burners today, but I think this takes the cake. This has been so close. So close for this semi-final of the Canadian National Final of the Red Bull Campus Clutch. Lots of ults available. Make that 3 for 3. But looks like the Ravens, they've got the reading the Bandits play there. They're looking to punish that hyper-aggression.
Oh, Hunter Sphere using it at a good time. Doesn't make any damage, but again, it's the right idea. Really just kind of giving away that position here for the Ravens. Attacker Killjoy, that's going to be the lockdown used now, so they're going to push on through the site. Phoenix going to be close on by here from the defensive side. Trelo tries to see what he can find before he has to fall back. Time is ticking, and it won't be any players detained, but it definitely gets close. Rib able to get one, gets traded out immediately now. Spike has been planted, and all of a sudden, Auric, again, just an absolute bully, finds an opening. Gets a nice swing onto things, and Bandits, they have that player advantage. Oops, he's stuck in the gravity well, but he still comes up big, and Jono able to help him out as well. It's 2 more players to go for the Bandits. They need to pull something. They need to pull the impossible. It's a 2-on-2 situation, and all of a sudden now, it's down to Jono, and Art has been able to push overtime.
How? How are we witnessing this, lads? This is ridiculous. Absolutely phenomenal plays coming through from the Bandits. Just when you think they're done, they are still in it to win it. They want to see that third map. They deserve to see that third map, and they're hungry for that next bounty. Holy smokes.
Holy guacamole. I could not agree more. What an absolute barn burner.
Barn burner, baby. That's the dub of this game. It's a barn burner,
That's
man.
a big barn. My God.
You can see the blaze from miles away. No op orator is going to be chosen for any of the agents in the server right now, taking no risks of getting that glass cannon set up. No, sir. No, ma'am. Choosing to go for the defaults. The Vandals, the Phantoms have come out the armory. What's going to happen for this one? My goodness.
Two orbs away here for the Phoenix from the Bandit squad. So now things have switched up. Raven's going to be on the defense. Bandits now on the attack. So changing it a little bit here. Overtime we go. Map 2. Oh, it's hard to even imagine. We talked about the immense pressure that both these teams have put up.
Right here.
And now it's coming down to this.
Feels like sparring partners. You go to the gym with that buddy, sort of the kit bots in, holds the pads, you give the punches, the kicks, and then swap it up again and again. It feels so much like that. These two teams have been so neck and neck. Their playstyles differ, but somehow, some way, Jono still gets to read there. The double headshot coming through with the Vandal. It's on lockdown right now. Not for long. RX in town.
Another one's going to bite the dust. Auric able to get 2 back right away as Jono is able to find it. A 3-on-3 situation. Players now going to just be pushing on through. They're just going to be running on. They don't care. Runners are out. They don't care.
Oh, W.
Now it's going to be Riv taken down, losing another one. So 3 players inside a boathouse, and all of a sudden now it's just down to moves. He's thinking somebody's coming from the flank, but Auric able to put up the triple, 13-12. Bandits only need this round to push it to map number 3 in Ravens. They need this round to stay alive.
Someone pick up my jaw from the ground. Auric, he's opting in for the glass cannon, lads. I spoke of it being a potential. He's made some really inspirational, some influential plays in this matchup with the op. And he's choosing to take it into this second half of the overtime. Try and catch him off guard. Try and catch him by surprise with that aggro peak. What's he got?
And even now, he's dropped over 30 frags this series. And Auric, again, like you said, he's got that operator in hand. This could be maybe just the last thing they need. The last piece of the puzzle. I don't know at this point.
So hard to say which way this is going to go. You talk of a seesaw. This has been an example of a seesaw back and forth ascent matchup. I think one of the closest ascent matchups we've ever had an opportunity to cast. As RX still poised and ready with that glass cannon. He's taken some damage, but he's not going too deep with that op, risking nothing in this OT in the second half.
Hey.
Very slow round. Ravens, we saw they usually go for a bit of a slow pace, semi-slow pace, go for the A execute, but now they are hesitating. They are questioning what to do. They want to try to make Bandits sweat in this situation. But now it's going to be a 3-player stack more towards B from the defensive
30
side,
seconds
and that's
left.
where Ravens are going. That's where they're putting their attention.
Revealing
They're
area.
lining up for the execute.
No
You can
charges
already
left.
see it coming through now. Auric, he's been the problem. He has been the biggest nuisance for the squad.
One.
And Rimka
Spike
gets the
down.
spike down.
Spike down.
That's a good start already. He's looking for 2.
Three.
Makes it 3 now, and there's only 2 more remaining. 10 seconds to go. We're going to be going to map number 3, and that's going to be Rimka to put it to the grave with a quad. 14-12.
Man, oh man. That is a game for the record books here for the Red Bull Campus Clutch. What a performance from both teams. And to go all the way, look at that scoreboard, man. There's 1, 2, 3. There's 5 players with plus 200 combat score. And at this level of play, frags all over the place for all 10. But the highlight is going to be Auric. 33 frags, 350 on the combat score. Man, what a beast.
Yeah, Auric definitely turned things up with over 30 frags and barely, I mean, not even half of the amount of deaths. I mean, mind-blowing performance and just pulling up a lot of multi-frag rounds every single time has made it so difficult for the Ravens. They seem to have the right idea near the end, but my goodness, Bandits, they wanted to pull a bit of a big story, especially in the semifinals. And what better way now? Map 3 we are going to, which is Haven.
Comeback Kings. The Comeback Kings are going to be the deadly bandits, the bad boy bandits, if you will. That French super team. And we did talk of it in pre-game, and you love it when a plan comes together in terms of a narrative. That French super team have been knocked out in the qualifiers. They went back into the qualifiers. They were down 1 in the first of this best of 3. They won the second, and they are going all the way and making an epic tale for this semi-final. We do have 1 more map coming your way, of which it's going to be, I'm sure, another bonanza. Man, that was... I need some time. I need a second.
Yeah, definitely me too. I mean, this squad, I mean, CARLETON Ravens, I mean, like, they were a team not to mess with. The only team that they've really noticeably lost to is, BTR. And we've been talking about BTR this entire tournament. So, I mean, again, the Ravens, at the fact that they take a loss to this team as well, it just builds that story even more. But while we wait, we are going to take that very, very short break, allow the players to kind of recoup themselves, and us too. But we are going to take that short break. Make sure to grab whatever you need. Buckle up. We're going to map 3. We'll see you soon. Welcome back, Red Bull Campus Clutch Canadian Finals. We're at the semis now. Map number 3 with your host, Laz. Cup of Frag. We just saw some of the replay action just on the little break there from all that high-octane games. And wow, we're going the distance.
Oh man, I wouldn't expect any less for the kind of teams that have made it through to the final 12 for the national finals. I've said it before, and I will definitely proudly say it again as a Canadian. They've earned their spot here. The top 12 seed have been doing nothing but fragalicious plays, man. It's been disgusting. So many notes, I think, as a player, as a caster, you're seeing things you've not seen before, and that's when you know you've got some special talent in the server. From what I'm seeing there, I believe it's going to be split. Oh no, excuse me. Sorry, it was Haven. It was a split coin toss, or coin toss, if I can spit my words out. Difficulty words at this point. So Haven it will be, the 3-site wonder. Are we going to see heals on the other side?
We will. I mean, we do have the Sky. You got actually a Sage as well, so very interesting setup from the attacker side of things. And you have the classic Sentinel, and with Astra, definitely makes sense. I think Astra is pretty much a big piece of piece of the utility that you should have in this map. But pretty much a similar setup that we see. We have Auric, that is going to be on the Jet as well. And do you have a Viper? So a little bit interesting of a pick here that we have from Robski and Co. on the Raven side.
That's proper unorthodox, Laz. There's no do list. Hello?
Well, yeah. I guess they're trying to take a little bit of a playbook out of some of the pro teams and seeing what they can make some work of.
I think so. I was about to say, and I was double checking. TSM,
Heading to the
it was
above.
actually, I believe it was on Bind. Sub Rosa opted in for Sky. I think they did that Sky stage combo. And if you've ever done that in ranked or unranked, doesn't matter at all, you'll know the impact. Having that reliance to rest back on, okay, I missed the first engagement. Don't worry, we've got 2 sets of heals. That is such a nice thing to rest back on. And especially at this point, you've been playing all day. You're not done yet. Give yourself a bit of a break. Have a Kit Kat. Have some heals as well.
Scanning ahead.
Now it looks like Ravens are going to just go for the full push into this. It will be a Poison Cloud that's going to be used to block things off, and now they're going to actually retreat from this plan. Jono able to find Rimka in the middle of the rotate.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness,
dink.
Frenzies galores. And now the HP is very low. Sky can't heal herself, but she can heal the teammates. No heal available for Bandits. So very even in terms of playing field. I mean, 2 players or 1 player from each squad, sorry, they're in the red. So, I mean, anything is possible at this moment.
It's possible indeed. Who's going to walk on water here? In comes the gravity well, just binding those 2 players in the middle of sight there. Nothing you can do about that, really. But it's something you can do. If you're going to be Rubsky coming through with the ghost, grabs the double, Riv gets the final. Over and out, pistol round to Ravens.
All right, Raven's going to drop it like it's hot. Going to get things going. Pick up a pistol. The pretty nice little, well, I don't want to call it a fake, but we'll call it, you know, a bit of a fake execute at B, backpedal, go towards C. So a bit of a basic setup, but works out very well. Bandits actually get caught in a lot of rotation. And that's, you know, that was a really good play from Ravens, just getting that timing very well.
Getting the timing down pat. Haven. It's definitely essential to have those executes perfect. Otherwise, there's so many angles someone can catch you off from. Talking of angles, Viper and Brimstone. You've got a double setup of smokes. That's awesome. So many options for these Xes.
Really like this play from Bandits. I mean, now you can see there's 2 players towards sewers. They have the Jet that's going to be kind of playing, again, being that diversion, wants to just bring that attention if they come this way. But they have 3 players that are trying to lay out a bit of a trap, a bit of a crossfire. But Ravens, they're not going to go for it. They're not going to fly their way over there yet. Instead, they have their sights on the C. C spike site, and now we're going to see the Viper wall come in. Wait's not going to be able to find anything. The vision's going to be completely blocked. They're actually just going to walk on through. Guiding Light does make the connection. They know that one of the players is blinded, so they've been able to retrieve a free sight.
Spike planted.
Wait. Not waiting at all. Getting that classic blast in down that Sage wall. Down it goes. 2 players still in spawn though. Rubsky has inkling of that massive flank coming around and looking like they're playing for the exits. So playing it smart, see if they get a few pickup guns. Not messing with that crispy aim with the Ravens, not even giving it a thought.
Big boned, more like big brained. We're going to wait things out. And they're completely grouped up on this. Rubsky sprays, but
One
they have a
enemy
nice little
remaining.
plow. They're going to be able to find it. Spike does only take down Auric. Only losing 1 casualty from Ravens. So the bonus round in terms of them is looking pretty good. And now this is a moment where, I mean, there's so many different things that you can do. But I mean, like I said before, in one of the quarterfinal games, we saw, you know, one of the teams, they actually put a lot of pressure. That was on Ascent. They put, you know, on their defensive side on that bonus. They actually pushed down mid. And I'd like to see something kind of similar in this circumstance from Ravens. I mean, they have the SMGs that are good for close quarters. We'll have to see what they can do. And they've been able to, you know, do the bait and switch with rotations on Bandits. Maybe they can do it again.
We talked of that banana sicko mode game, yeah, how to use a Spectre, get right in their face, get right in their grill, and make it happen. Stack up as well, and looks like the stack up is what they're going for. The B plate. Waiting for that guy, like, trying to go for that flash. Trailblazer instead, though, gets the stun.
Take flight. Enemy mark.
Okay, Spike will go down. Auric going to be on the other side. Actually, Spike is not even going to go plant it at all. They're actually going to try to get out of the
Spike down
situation.
mid.
John,
Last player standing.
last player remaining. only has a Spectre. Does retrieve the spike? Question mark. Never mind. Doesn't matter. But Bandits do reply back. But they're able to take 2 bodies away. Especially on that bonus. Again, when we talk about economics, Jack Lorf definitely knows a thing or two about economics more than I do. But that's a good situation for the Ravens to be in.
It is. It most certainly is. And as you see, Drelo, Spectre only. He's done some massive things with his Spectre, and funnily enough, he's the only player that's going to have any form of eco difficulties on his team. Riv has the Vandal, but does have that light armor to complement it too. So nothing's perfect in the form of econ. Still early days here, only round number 4. And if you know anything about Valorant, you'll know there is still plenty, a plethora of variety of options of what can happen here. Moves. Big fragger. Has the Sage on this lineup though. That double heal set up for the Colton Ravens. Trailblazer does get eyes of Arik being there. And wait, he's waiting patiently.
Oh, this is
as
good.
well on C side. So they know 2 are there. Are they going to contest it, I wonder?
Oh, this is perfect. They actually were able to get the rotate completely off guard with a couple guiding lights, and now they should be able to push with the rubber on the road. They should be able to get into this, but now they got to go quick. The Jet able to make it back on a tower. Rimka gets the 1, but only gonna be 1. Hunter's Fury now used, trying to make something, connects it, and now the spike is going to be dropped. The attackers, they haven't been able to make it through, but now they're starting to plow their way in. Riv with a double before he falls, and all of a sudden now it's just down to Bulldozer. He's caught off guard with the bow in hand, and Ravens, a great fake that works their way. They get the spike down, they get the money bonus too, and Bandits now, yeesh.
You know, we talked of that util, and we hadn't seen it be that impactful with the form of the smokes, with the toxic screen. It definitely was there. They droned through, they put the smokes down, and then saved all that toxic screen set up for the actual execute. And that's what you can do. If you've got that support, that controller util, you're going to have no problem doing multiple executes and still have something left for the final.
Oh, guiding light. Getting that much of information, getting the blinded, one of the perks that you get with the flash from the sky, you know, you get that little bit of a notification. They get Drelo by himself. Jono running on through. That truck is picking up everything, and now they're going to be pushing through this, and it's going to be Arik that's going to have to try to make something with the blades. That dish is going to be pulled away from under, and now all of a sudden it's just down to 1, and Ravens should secure this 4th round for them, and starting things off extremely hot off the press.
Arik, every opportunity he's had Blaze-Storm has at least had that 1 frag, but in this opportunity, I think that's going to give you a bit of an understanding of where these players are at right now. Denied completely, not even any damage inflict. The flawless being given to you, courtesy of Riv and the gang from the Ravens. The Bandits, similar start as what we saw in map number 2 actually. Ascent, a bit of a sluggish start. I believe it was 4-2, 5-2, and 7-2 before they even finally were able to get themselves... Oh, sorry, it was 5-2 before they were able to get the comeback. Is the comeback going to start to be sown right here, right now? Arik picking up that operator. We've talked about the performance so far, and that operator has been a difference maker for the Bandits. I would even say a lifeline for them, lads.
Yeah, the Bandits have been a team with, you know, the most dangerous when they have an operator, and Arik especially. He's just been able to pull things completely out of the hat, just like that.
Here.
Drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot, and look at that, they lose their Sage. And now, I mean, that's a big impact. They lose a lot of utility. Viper's Pick going to be used, so now they should be able to push on through. The DK going to be landing very well against Bulldozer. Still spamming on through, makes it a little bit risky, but doesn't matter. Still going for the big play. Viper's Pit has now been depleted. Both Jono and Rubsky, though, they're able to reply on back. All of a sudden, the Bandits, this squad, they're falling apart. They're not together anymore. It's just completely crumbling. And all of a sudden, Trelo gets a reply back, a little bit of life. But Jono, another thing in store.
Oh, no. Oh no, this is absolutely worst case scenario here for Drelo. They've got his position, they know where he is, and the spike, it's doing the ring around the roses, heading out of dodge. It's going to A. Riv this positioning. You've got to bank on Drelo checking his corners there. He's got his knife out though.
Oh, look at that. Woo! Could have been like watching an accident. But doesn't happen. But Ravens now starting off things with a very big lead, 5-1.
Right here.
And like you said, I mean, this is where we saw member 2. Ravens had a really dominant performance right in the beginning, and then the steam just kind of slowed down, and Bandits just doing what they do best.
Be honest though, there's no time to take the slow road, to take that long drive home. It's the semi-finals. It's the last map for best of 3 as well. We need to see some kind of acceleration in their speed. There seems to be that set pace of, okay, let them bring the fight to us. And sure, that's definitely the most important thing to do on defense, but there has to be some variety, some flavor that they're going to add to the soup here.
The outlaws of this Bandit squad.
Ooh, didn't catch that one, but you see it on the feed. One Bandit's alive and kicking, getting the Sheriff one tap.
No sound cue comes through, so they don't know that he's close on by. Now the Jet's going to creep on in as well. Spike actually is advancing itself towards the A main, but now going to actually quickly turn around. They're going to take a detour. They want to go towards B this time. Drone's going to be able to find some intel. Does only land on moves. And now they're going to be able to push into the site. Lockdown's going to come through from the attacking side of Ravens, making things a little bit more problematic here for the defensive side, but they're going to be able to go for the backswing here. Rimka just needs to find it, just missing that opportunity by a pixel.
Just a pixel, and that's all it takes. That's all it takes in the FPS world. Robski, I should say, getting one. Robin is the opponent of that frag. It's going to be the 3 versus 1. The Bandits are looking for the first time in a hot minute. They could get that 2. That 5-2 that started things up before. Not if Jackaloff has anything to do with it.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, the post
Even now. Oh, the snake by 2, landing it. Got the poison clown right on top now. Just needs to stay alive. No, you can't be peeking, but location going to be revealed. It actually catches right at the last pulse, and all of a sudden now the spike is getting diffused. It's halfway, but oh, he's going to go for the spray, and Jack Lorf does come up big with a magnificent clutch to keep it going with a big lead, 6-1.
You know what? I think Jack Lorf had a stopwatch. He's like, okay, my snake bite will last this long, and I'm going to peek right now. Precision is key, and proving it right there. What a peak. Calculated.
Filthy animal.
Get the Lysol
That
wipes.
timing.
Man.
Oh,
Get
that stings.
that really stings. That stings like alcohol in the wounds. We are going to see another bite from REC. And of course, the whole gang, all the bandits, banding together. Warriors until the end. We win as a team, we lose as a team. That's how you know you have a team that are going to be fighting to the death. I do wonder, though, that was the turning point on Ascent. Have they been denied their invitation back into this matchup, lads?
It's hard to say. I mean, right now, Ravens, they really do look more well-polished this third map. And I mean, Bandits, like you said, if they could have pulled that round in their favor, that maybe could have been the momentum, you know, maybe just getting that flame going to get the cylinders moving for this squad. But now that going away just on the tip of their fingers, I don't know. This is now about that mental game. This is all about that mental fortitude. We talked about that before. We're going to talk about it again because it definitely applies here. A 5-round difference here. The Ravens are definitely making things not easy for Bandits whatsoever.
Oh, they've cranked it. You've talked about easy to hard. This is like extra hard. This is like extreme difficulty right now. The Ravens are letting the Bandits have no business, no say in dictating the result here. And they're on defense. They've had so many opportunities, those one-on-ones, like 2 versus 1s that have just not gone their way. And yeah, the tilt factor, it has to be something to consider right now. Regardless of your experience, Jack Lorf trying to cause an issue, create a disturbance on C.
We see Ravens, they play a little bit of chicken when they go towards the site. You know, they look like they want to go for it, and they're like, nah, I'm out. I want to go to the other one. So they just run to another way. And that's kind of been a big issue here for the Bandits. They get caught in the wrong positionings, but Arik, he's going to get a better position, gets the high ground. Oh, almost gets caught with a shot. A nice pre-fire move's going to get the res that is going to be used against Jack.
Oh, Jono.
Jono's in a great spot. Look at this positioning. He might be able to find something. He could potentially find these players. Takes down the op, and that's a big frag. Able to take down Trelo as well. He's completely out of the run at back, and that is absolutely huge. And now Jono coming up with a third. This is completely falling apart. Bandits, it looked good for them in the beginning. Ark just not able to start things off. Gas could be completely out of the tank. One player versus 4 Kappa.
That is so tragic. I think tragedy is the word. Jack Lorf.
R.I.P.
Oh man, that flank through garage. That was it. You could tell the round was signed, sealed, and done right then and there. 7-1's the score. What do the Bandits have left? Artek just slow walking through middle. You're seeing a Sheriff. You're seeing a Spectre. It's a cross-buy right now, and I think there's a bit of a divide in the team here for the French super team. You can't blame them either, lads. Like, being the best at your game, being an experienced, a veteran of Valorant, it doesn't matter at this point. 7-1, 7-1, and they've had an opportunity to get themselves back in. It's just slipped away like butter in their fingers.
Now going to be changing the pace a little bit more. Ravens now going to put a little bit more pressure now. Information is obtained from the Bandits. They're going to push down long C, but Move's going to be able to win that opening exchange for Rimka.
That's it.
That's a good start off. That's a good Sheriff. Makes it 3, runs out of ammo out of the chamber, but he's done his job. Now Ravens only down to 2. They've lost every duelist. They have both Sky and Eric, sorry, able to get the knives as well. So all of a sudden Moves, he's by himself in a 1-on-3 situation. Does have the spike, should be able to escape, just needs to get out of this situation quickly. But the Phoenix is coming in. That's Trelo. He needs to stay alive. If Moves can get this, this can completely make more of an opening. But Trelo gets the curveball, doesn't make the connection, goes for a second. No, it's going to be the Blaze Ball, but it will be the running drive-by again with a Spectre. They get around a much-needed round.
I was thinking of a tilted French super team. I'll take it all back. Getting themselves doubling up now, and that was just with the Sheriff. That was one player versus a whole squad, taking out 3. 2 of them 1-taps. The last one just spraying, hip firing like a cowboy, and gets it done. Will be Rimka. Stepping up to the plate once more. Would love to see a bit more from Drelo. Drelo has had a really sick series so far. Been a bit quiet this game. Can't blame him though. The Ravens, they've been pressing so hard with all these fakes. Arik almost getting that wallbang.
Definitely a highlight reel for Rimka. I mean, the fact that you can just put up 3 big frags like that by yourself, just anchoring a site, that's hard to get away with, and especially the way that Ravens have been playing this. Eric tries to get out of this. A little bit of a nice bro hug for his teammate, the Sova. Viper's Pit now going to be used. Shock Dart's going to be now placed as well. Rimka able to get another one. He ain't done yet. And all of a sudden, the Ravens, they're losing bodies. They're losing them quick. They're getting roasted alive. What's dinner for tonight? A roasted Raven.
Man, is it going to be a buffet, or is it just going to be that one meal wonder? 4 versus 3 here. The Ravens back against the wall. At least not for the overall score, but for this round. If the Bandits can capitalize on this, can we see that 7-5? It's possible. Anything's possible here. The Red Bull campus clutch. Dozer poised and ready with that recon dart. There it is as well. And it's down to the 4-on-1. So a team that looked like they were tapping out, they're tapping back in for the tag.
Rubsky by themselves. Whoa, gets a nice little double tap. Not a lot of time. The spike is completely on the opposite end right now. This might be just looking to frag out. They have money. There will be waiting patiently. 3-7 now. The defense is definitely starting to polish themselves a little bit better. Getting closer now. We've hit that 10 rounds deep so far in this first half. And if Bandits can bring things back, I mean, if we're looking at a 7-5, that is definitely not, something to be frowning about for the Bandit squad. All things considered, I mean, like we said, this was literally like 7 rounds with only 1 round in between that,
Right here.
was a bit of an interruption.
I think even an 8-4 half would be something to be happy with. The wallbang coming through for the Odins, spraying and praying. You gotta love that. Going for everything they can, the Bandits, to try and even things out. You've got loads of youth, still no worries. I've got an Odin, and I'm spraying.
Oh, and the Phoenix already from Bandits. Already pushed up down long C as well. So all the Ravens now grouped up. They're going to be in A main. So now Bandits, they are fully aware that there's nothing happening at all. So it's only 2 sites. Trailblazers are going to be used. Rimcut given away. He's completely spotted. Will be the Astra close on by. They're going to be both hanging out in the sewers. Call them Ninja Turtles. I don't know, but moves! Runs on through! He's going to put matters into his own hands once more, and now Ravens waking up a little bit more. Riv able to get another frag. Bandits, it was looking good, it was looking polished, but all of a sudden, second wind in the sails here for moves, and now they have put themselves in an 8th round.
So calm. Clicking those heads. Making it look easy, and it's not. It's definitely not for any of these teams here. Oh, the head glitch. Gonna see one, but no, Moob sees you.
No charges left.
All CNI, 4 frags for
Last
Moobs, the
round
Quadra
in the
for
half.
Sage, the Battle Sage stepped right up, is 8-3.
Whew. Kappa. Wow.
3
Talk about a ride.
Oh, buddy. I'm just about to say on the scoreboard, you've got the triple figures, also triple figures. 3 players with double figures, if I can spit my words out. No double figures have been achieved yet from the Bandits.
I'm going above.
We did see at least one player with that sort of hard carry format that we'd had the previous matches of this one, but Alright coming through. Says, hey, I'm close to a figures, and I think he actually might be onto his 10th frag with that one.
You will not kill my allies.
Rez comes back, bringing it back to a 5-5. Bandit's not going to be able to capitalize on that at all. Blazewall does block it very well. Does have not really much control of the map yet, but right now Bandits, they're playing a 2-2-1. 2 being at C, 2 at B, and just having the one anchor, which is Astra, close on by. Definitely not a bad play. I mean, Astra can have that utility to burn. Trailblazers are going to get some information onto sewers on short A now. Wade's going to be planting the Cosmic Divide.
That's perfect.
There's a good line across.
And that's going to cancel the lockdown as well. So lockdown, slap down for the entry. But the Cosmic Divide is going to pause that execution a little bit there. 0 players detained. Astra is going to be main though. Taken out of the equation. Wait. Moves. Still at it. Back at it again. The spike is going to get put down. 4 versus 3 for the retake.
It's all down to this. This is it. This is the last round of the first half. They need to pull it through. They got to put everything on the line. Lineups coming in with the shock darts. Those are both going to land close, and they actually make a good impact. Rubsky does take some damage. Doesn't matter. Dash comes in, spams it through the smoke, able to get the second, the flick of the wrist. 9-3, Ravens. They are definitely
Switching sides.
feeling hot. They are soaring very well into the skies. Switching things over now. Whoo, boy.
It looks like it's a one-way ticket for the Ravens. They already imagine themselves in the final. If you're the Bandits, though, they've got to think a bit harder here. Put on their thinking caps and see what is going to be the aggression to get them through, to not make it a GG right away here. 15 seconds just to take that breath, clear that mind, and get into the mindset you need to be. That vigorous, ferocious, and velocity that needs to be injected into their veins right now. Semi-finals, last map of this best of 3.
Standing ahead.
One team goes home. One team is going to be going through to that grand final.
Sim beacon here. Rev. Right here.
Oh no, not like
the
this.
Stim,
Are they-
with the stim.
Oh,
Did they get an inkling of that though, Laz?
I'm not sure, and it looks like now even going to put a little bit more pressure onto this. The Brimstone might be able to catch the Sova off guard. Yes, Bulldozer not expecting it at all. They are now going to get the Jet. Arc going to be just planning, but oh, look at that damage. The Nanoswarm lands right on top. Arc is going to be able to make that work. Gets another plant. No, actually will fake things. So Jack Lord's going to come on through. This is mayhem. And all of a sudden, Ravens, they were going for their prey a little bit too quickly, and Bandits, they take that.
The Bandits, they saw the contract, and as I said before, the bounty, they fulfilled it, and they've got that pistol round. This is how it started before, Laz. This is how it started before for that comeback train. Patient pistol rounds from the Bandits, and punishing that overexertion there from the Ravens. Is that going to continue? The Ravens are so good at adapting to an opposite team's playstyle. How long is it going to take them to adapt?
I see something a little bit spontaneous. But I mean, Jono's going to be stuck just by themselves. 2 more players to go. They're going to go for the wide. Nothing much. This should be the mop-up. Grab the orb for Riv. Not a bad thing in this situation. 9-4, making it be potentially 9-5 now. Bandits, I mean, if they can just farm some of these extra frags, it gets the stat pat, but also helps that money situation a little bit more here. And now I think, you know, they're completely given away. I think they know where both these players are. Wait, going to plant those stars again. Just, they're not passing.
They're not pass. You shall not pass. It's my best Gandalf impression.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
It's not bad. I don't know if it's as good as my bananas in pajamas impression, but got a bit of an unfair advantage being English there. Taking that one will be waiting no longer for the push out here. Riv does get a frag though, taking 1 player's econ with him, but 4 players shall survive.
Well, well, well. We've seen this position before. 9-5, Bandits. I mean, bonus round. They've been able to, you know, kind of do exactly what Ravens did before, you know, just really go for the right plays, catching these players off guard. So now, I mean, they are in that bonus. We'll have to see where they want to go for. We haven't really seen them just full tilt something. We haven't seen them just 100% commit themselves to a site, but not looking like that might be out of options here.
I'd say so. Recon coming through, trying to get a bit of intel, taken out immediately though. For the lights of the Bandits, the spray coming through from Riv. Oh, what a pre-fire angle. He didn't even see anyone there.
Nice little spammerino. Now, a bit more hesitation. They're going to leave that plan. Bandits, they're going to push on through.
Got bad news though. That's going to be a big player out of the equation. That's Jet. Such a important player in these setups. The hot hands is going to do justice. So is the Cypher Cage in the blaze going up. Does deny some info, but Cypher, Rovsky, oh sorry, KJ, formerly Cypher, now KJ, partner in crime, getting it done here.
1 enemy remaining.
Not much to say really. That retake was ever so convincing. Regardless of all that util that was put up there from the Bandits, the spray through from the Ravens said nope. Spike goes down, give it the plant, but take the rounds in turn. 10-5, double figure achieved for the Ravens. Breath of relief for them. I'm sure they were second guessing it for a few moments there. What can the Bandits do to prevent them going forward?
It's a tough call. 10-5 now. So, Ravens 3 rounds away for putting this thing to an absolute closure. But, like we said, a lot of comebacks. Comeback kids here from the Bandits. Definitely not unheard of. But it is a longer road ahead of them. And they do have the Blade Storm. They do have the run it back that they can use at the disposal. They have that in the satchel ready to go. but it looks like it's going to be a 4-1, or sorry, a full commit. This is a big push, and now they're going to get it in the sight. Jono with 1, Jono with 2, almost to make it with 3. Rimka, though, finally gets a little bit of reply back. Shock Dart's going to cause a little bit of commotion, but Jacklorf going to get taken down. And now Astra placing everything as much as possible, goes for the fake plant, but now decides to commit to it. No ultimates available from anybody. Now Cosmic Divide can be used from the attacking side if they wish.
There it goes. Great call, Az. And that's what they need to see. You need to use those ults. Doesn't matter though. Players are pushing through. Rim has the 3k. Needs that quadra. Needs that quadra to seal the deal here. Oh man, so unfortunate for the Bandits, Laz. So unfortunate. That 3k for Rivka was perfect. That's what they needed. The Cosmic Divide got put up as well. But it doesn't matter what they put in the way of the Ravens. The Ravens come flying through. What is going on here? This has been an absolute bonanza. I've said bonanza before. It's been a flurry of frags for Haven here. The Ravens seem to be running away with this. There's 2 more rounds that stand between that. Moves, high progression at middle. As a Sage, the battle Sage play. Jono coming through the wall spam as well. Gets that frag in kind with the headshot. This has to be over. A crazy triple here from Jono. Goes with a 4k. All on to wait. Wait no longer. Step right up, roll up, roll up. Read all about it. Looking like Ravens taking this game extra. Wait needs to do something ever so special here. Wall spam and moves, doubling down. Controlling mids, setting up the gate. Going in for the win here. Match points. You heard it in game. You're hearing it from me here on the casting desk at the Red Bull Campus Clutch. This is the semi-final of the Canadian National Finals. One team goes through to the finals. Who's it going to be? Looking like the Ravens. It's all but done here for them. They're going to be taking this one and running away with it. Upset it's gone to 3. I want to give it some closure. The Bandits, their buy looking a bit scarce. I think that's 1 Phantom. The rest Spectres.
Looking good already. Even now, Kappa, I mean, like you said, 12-5 lead. Long road ahead for the Bandits. Riv and Bolt Jono able to make this work. Now it's going to be the run back that's going to be used. Treo going to be trying to make something work, but no, going to get taken down. And already now they put these eggs in the basket. They're going to have to see, is this going to be enough? Hunter's Fury going to be placed as well, and all of a sudden now it's all down to wait. It's come down to this. 13-5. It's come all the way to the distance. Ravens, they are going to the grand finals. I introduced to you one of your finalists, and it's going to be here. Map number 3, 13-5.
The French super team. It's going to be too much pressure against the Colton Ravens. Only one team could go through. Little did they know going the full send for that best of 3. And Jono, yeah, picking up a load of frags there from Garage. 294 combat score, followed closely by Moobs. You want to talk about battle healers? Boom. Right there, Moobs and Jono.
Making big statements, Sky. Great game, 19-9 with a 294. Moobs right behind as well. Game of the healers, like you said. Close on with a 263 with a 16-12 and 8 assists from Moobs. A great game from the Ravens. They reply back in great fashion. I mean, they are able to take that win pretty dominantly, 13-5, all things considered on how long these games were going. Oh boy is right, man. This has been quite the day of Valorant. We've been casting the games, but for every player that has participated today, thank you for what has been, I think, the most competitive Valorant we've had the opportunity to cast, Laz, and that's by no means an exaggeration. So many overtimes, so many unique plays, so much time that has been dedicated by these players to get to the level of where they are, and it showed in the server today. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, it was what a great day that we've had so far here at the Red Bull Canadian National Final, or the National Final, sorry. And I mean, we do have one more best of three that is upon us. And of course, who better yet than both Simo and Van Silly? These guys are going to be taking the show over, and I'm going to have to get some popcorn. I'm pretty excited to see how this is going to go.
Damn straight, me too. Simo, obviously been casting since the birth of Valorant, and Vansili, an absolute legend as well. Please do stick around for that final. You are going to see the Ravens taking on the next finalist as well. So please make sure you stay tuned for that. Before we go, lads, should we give one last plug to our sponsors and to give that last hoorah?
Oh, yeah, of course. So, SteelSeries, like I've said before, and I'm going to say it again, a proud sponsor here at the Red Bull Campus Clutch. Make sure to check out their website, steelseries.com/clutch, and you can get a 10% off discount off your first purchase. So go check it out. It's worth it. 10% off. It's not too shabby.
Come on, you don't always get the discount. People are plugging things, but they're not giving you the money off. Get those peripherals, get that headset, and improve your game. It's going to be, of course, from SteelSeries to AOC, another proud sponsor, Red Bull Campus Clutch, giving you those intense ways of looking at the game through the monitor there. If it's going to be tailored to sim racers or FPS fans, they have specifically designed stuff for you, and make sure you're going to be checking it out. Intel NUC specifically. It's going to be talking of a new technology for the gaming desktop setup they have. The Phantom Canyon's only 1.3 litres small. I've said this one a few times because it's pretty amazing actually. If you think of this being a can of Red Bull, right? It's about 4 or 5 cans in the size of that. That's tiny, but it packs a mighty punch. Make sure that you're checking out that equipment. And to give you some insight on that, there is going to be a giveaway from Canada Computers as well as Intel. And if you check out Facebook, you can check out Twitter, and Instagram as well, you can get yourself an opportunity to win some sick swag. So please make sure you check that out. That ends on May 9th. And for me, for Laz, that will be it for us. Please give us a follow on all socials at Cupperfrag for me, as you see down below, and at Laz_TV for that beautiful fella next to me. Laz, it's been a pleasure. Do you have any last words?
No, definitely want to give a big shout out, of course, to Red Bull. Thank you so much for the opportunity for us to be here today. What a great day. A lot of amazing games. I'm speechless, but I'm so excited even more to see Simo and Van Silly take away the last game of the day. Thank you, Red Bull, for having us. We hope to be back another day soon. And don't go away. We're going to those grand finals.